Go.
Did you say ew or go?
I said
'Cause
go.
that sounded like ew. Oh, that sounded like ew to me, and I'm like, what?
Always a good start.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god,
I'm
dude.
sorry, I genuinely heard
Are you
ew.
fucking kidding me?
Ah,
Oh. Well,
Trademark fashion.
here we are. Yep, trademark fashion. Can't have good intro. Here we are again for another night of the Star Wars D&D. Last session was started off with T-Lock wanting to talk to the Sentinels,
Jedi.
asking Jedi leaving the Sentinels was the end of it. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks and my brain's on a fuzz tonight. Wanting to talk to the Jedi, approaching the place, and upon arrival had some hostilities with one of the masters there before intervention, thankfully. Otherwise a fight might have been very much brewing and breaking out. Walking with Master Risha and talking for a good while. T-Lock was asking things like, how did the Sentinels come about, finding out the events that led up to them, events that led up to them, certain history, other bits. Then before sharing life on James, you're messing me up. Dathomir, which is in Mandalorian space, thank you. How life on Dathomir growing up was. And the training and rigors of his life. Most of the day there after that, for flipping over to Chani, was the next important bit. Chani and Sorsha, who had spent their days relaxing or building, before heading over to talk to Sim, who gave them an area, a name that they are looking for, that has the the data bank or the data area that has the information they're looking for on the I don't want to say informant, operative of the dark side organization you guys have been fighting in Hut Space. However, he was unable to acquire it since it was completely cut off from any kind of online connections. Heading back to the group and starting discussions of plans, how to go about it, number of other things, finding some of the activities such as racing or pit fighting, and discussing how they're going to get in there without being detected as the group that they are, connected to the Sentinels. I believe we were picking up in the morning after or the night closing, if anybody had something they wanted to do there.
I'm fine for morning after.
I'll need someone to
I'm
whip me
fine.
up a disguise, so I'm not a cowboy robot, I'm a something else robot.
Sorsha, go.
Do you want to be a lawyer robot?
Oh god, fuck.
Yes!
All 6.5 feet, 800-pound of Billy in a lawyer suit with some glasses is gonna walk into a pit fighting ring.
Yeah.
Is this happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
We're on that disguise
does
kit. I want
Billy-
to see how good it is.
Yeah. Does Billy object? Is all I want to know.
No, Billy knows he
Good.
needs a disguise.
All right, roll your disguise
they
kit. You're gonna spend a little bit of time that night whipping up a costume for him.
It's gonna
Like
take
they
a while
won't
to make
actually
a costume that
recognize
big.
the unique modified robot frame itself.
Nope.
Or the distinct, howdy partner. Tung.
Wait, Matthew.
Huh.
Can I use my creature vision?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because that would be for today, and they're gonna go to waste once you wake up.
Yeah. Haha.
Wait, do we go like modern lawyer though, or do we go old South
I
Southern
believe
lawyer?
she will describe
I'm
it.
thinking steampunk lawyer. Like
She's
old
got this.
South, like what's the like cowboy tie that has like the strings on the side? You know
It's
what I'm
just a
talking
tie. It's just a gentleman's tie is all it is.
That's not a gentleman's tie. They have a special name for it.
I know what it is, but I can't think of it. I think it starts with a P.
We know what you're talking about, though. That's the important part, even
So
if
do
I
you
don't
want to know
recognize
what I
the name.
got?
But
It's 26.
It's a bolo tie.
Yeah. Bolo
I
tie.
was totally wrong. Search for a
Okay.
P.
26.
Close
Gotcha.
enough.
I want you to describe the costume in general that you made.
A bolo tie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Mhm.
A monocle.
Mm.
And a black suit with gold cuffs. And
Colonel.
his cuffs are going to be shaped like guns. Because it's Billy. He has a little monocle, I already said that. And a top hat that is a foot tall. To add to his massive height.
I shall provide the dimmer duck down.
Oh no! I knew it was coming, but damn it.
And he has heeled cowboy boots.
Ah.
How the? All right. Robots can't arch. They don't.
You know what? Billy's hi-fi enough. I don't care. It's okay. Billy's got enough effort put into him. He might
How
have
tall
some
was
that
Billy
can adjust.
before? How tall was Billy?
6'6".
Well, now he is 7'6".
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Technically, he's 7'8" because as a person who's worn cowboy boots a lot, that's about 2 to 3 inches to your height.
Yeah, but if
7
she's that good at it, she can make it 7'6" if she wanted.
I mean, that's fair.
Is that before the hat?
It sounds like.
That'd be great, yeah.
Billy, you might want to spend some time because you only have a 4-hour shutdown period working on that and moving.
Getting used to the height. Yep.
How you feeling, Billy?
Are these like
They'll never.
thin or wide based, like arched and like high in platforms?
Oh, no, they're stabbing boots.
Ah.
Oh Jesus
Solid
Christ!
metal.
That's his
Solid
secret
metal.
weapon. Dagger boots.
Oh my God! Okay.
Little lady, they'll never suspect it's me.
You guys had to look up before, but now it's like hurting your neck.
You're looking pretty snazzy, bud.
Now, sorry, I do hate to say, I'll probably get your this is what you worked here so hard for me, bit ruined.
That's okay, I made it out of a curtain.
I just picture she ran back into the main lobby and went yoink and ripped it off. And they're like,
yeah.
"Hey, wait, you
Damage
can't take
mine."
that." There's just the receptionist. You can't take that. You can't catch me.
That's a
I can
big
do whatever
curtain.
the fuck I want. I'm a rogue.
Oh my God. Oh my God! It started.
Try to fucking
Okay.
fix me.
Remember those words, Eric.
Oh,
I
okay.
live by them already. What?
And no, and times them by 4.
Nah. You gotta beat me in that category.
I'm not gonna be that kind of rogue. Damn.
I like to think I'm not, but that's not important right now.
It might corrupt you.
So, is anything else happening here?
The
I don't
sounds
know,
of
Sharon made Billy
different
the
things
suit.
walking the halls at night.
I'm good.
Who else wants a costume?
No.
You need a shirt.
Fuck you.
Sarsha.
What?
I need racer gear.
What?
I need racer gear.
You need racer gear.
I need racer gear.
I want to make a racer gear.
Making racer gear. Alright, I'll use disguise kit for it again if you want.
Cool. This one I'm gonna roll for, Chani.
As you guys are all just sitting huddled around a cafeteria table as Sorsha randomly runs off, grabs shit, and runs back.
This time she stole. Hold on. James, what's your character's name?
T-Lock.
Does he have a bedroom?
Nope.
Not here.
God damn it. She stole someone's sheets. Don't know whose, but she stole someone's sheets.
Hold on, I'm just gonna roll. Let's just roll something for fun. Let's see whose bedroom you fucking took it from.
Just runs into the lab. Sato's sleeping on the table. Takes whatever he has on top of him. Runs.
Okay, okay.
I got a 24.
Alright.
It's impossible for me to fail.
24 total. Describe the outfit you make. It's definitely high quality. Much like Billy's. Nearly as good as Billy's. But this is...
I see Chani in like a black little number with shoulder pads and a red stripe on either side. And a little picture of Mortimer embroidered on the chest.
Alright. Fair enough. If you guys are just huddled around the table as this happens over the period of an hour or two, I feel the need to point out to T-Lock that his tattoos would be very recognizable.
That's fine. He's not trying to hide them.
You want a shirt?
No.
Okay.
I'll make you a shirt.
No.
Technically, he has a bodysuit on.
Technically, right now, yes.
So I just considered that. Yeah, no, he went and bought armor. He has what he said as a bodysuit on underneath all of it.
Oh, I don't care. He needs a shirt.
Put this on
She
top of your
sees him
morph
in-
suit.
Sees him in a Hawaiian shirt.
I will burn it immediately.
For funsies, can I make a Hawaiian shirt?
You know what? I'm not even gonna have you roll on this one. You can make a Hawaiian shirt. Getting him to wear it will be the challenge.
She wants him to wear it. Please wear it. I
Nope.
work so
Nope.
hard.
Nope.
So you guys have seen Sorsha do a lot of things, but like I said, over the past couple hours, she sat down and started one. You just watch her pull something out of some random pocket, slap it on, unzip it. There's a full sewing, like small sewing kit that she keeps with her. Is just going to town with furious speed.
If he doesn't wear the Hawaiian shirt, it's now Schwartz's.
Okay.
Fair
it's
enough.
Sorsha's.
That's her disguise.
Like she's going at speed. Like she's pretty sure at one moment she did like the Grinch and sewed her fingers to it, but then realized nah, she just barely missed. As you guys are wrapping up at one point, the door's gonna open.
Excuse you, I got a 24. I did not almost accidentally sew my fingers.
From their view.
Okay.
Just so fast.
I'm so fast.
You guys are kind of wrapping up to this. Somebody you watch as the door opens and Cecil walks in, like halfway biting into a bagel and just stops. Looks at Shawnee, looks at Sorsha, looks at Billy, pulls the bagel out of his mouth and just starts to talk. Stops, looks contemplative. I'm not gonna. No, I'm just leaving. Yeah, he just turns around and walks back out the door.
Wait, whose sheets did I get? I forgot.
Because he didn't tell you.
Well, out of character it was Cecil's. He was coming to find out where his fucking sheets went, but now he's just done.
Oh, I was hoping. Okay.
He's just gonna go get some from the base. It's easier than try to figure out whatever the fuck you guys are doing.
Go
So-
on, return them back to a normal sheet.
I like the picture Sato came for, Sato came for, like, supper. For once is just sitting in the corner watching all this, like, what the fuck?
Sorsha's disguise is the Hawaiian shirt and a pair of sunglasses.
Weekend at Bernie's, got it.
You just stole some sunglasses from somebody, I understand.
Yeah. Sato.
Oh shit, he would have just given you sunglasses, that's different.
Yeah.
You just walk in and go, can I have some sunglasses? Pulls out a drawer, there's like 8 different kinds in there. You never know what he'll have in his lab. So it sounds like it's the next morning. After you guys go to bed for the night, getting prepped, getting ready. He comes up. Sorsha, you might want to reroll your stuff. What you guys doing?
Heading back to the Sentinel base since I sleep like 2 fucking hours away.
Hey, half an hour.
Whose fault's that?
Still. My own.
Exactly.
Now that you've learned that, wait a minute, there was free housing? What?
Yeah, but I've already paid for the week, so it's too late for that.
Until the week is up.
Oh, like this would be the last day of the week you paid for ahead of time, probably, with everything that's been going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do I need to go over anything anew? Do we know what our mission is? To everybody,
No.
why don't they all congregate?
No. I don't.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Cool.
So we're gonna head to this area. As far as they're concerned, we are either on vacation or just earning money doing various activities there. While we're there, primarily because I'm gonna be busy in the racing area. Tinu? Look, infiltrating the area
Yes.
and finding the terminal is up to you. You've worked as an information gatherer, right? So this is kind of your area of expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on how
that
that goes, we'll either have to move ourselves up to be able to gain access to various things, or we'll just walk away with some extra money and have a heading by the end of this. I don't know how long we're gonna be there, so if there's anything anybody needs to get done before we head that way, do so now.
Have my parts arrived?
Sorsha's also gonna
No,
grab
you placed
her.
them like yesterday.
Sorsha's also gonna grab her black dress, just in case.
Okay. Billy? While walking on these boots, since they probably have to be metal to support your weight, you're probably going to have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh
Yeah, I thought he
no.
already did.
That thing I probably already was going to have for walking around with a rotary cannon.
No, you didn't. You surprisingly didn't.
I know.
It's okay. Leave the big body behind. Go as Beetle Billy.
No, but then I can't
Oh,
fight
I
that.
worked so hard on that costume.
Oh my god.
Those boots are made for
costume.
walking, huh?
Yeah.
Listen,
That's what they're going to
Listen,
fucking do.
I have to find people guilty of getting their ass kicked.
Probably will. If nobody has anything else, though, we'll head out in just a little bit. Keep an eye on all of your devices and data pads and whatnot. We don't need somebody hacking into your stuff.
Hacking
Well,
my stuff?
Just
I have nothing.
keep an eye out for anyone trying to put a plug in me then.
Are you capable of making it difficult to hack into my things? Because I don't think it's very difficult as of current.
Do I need to put a lock on all of your devices?
Yes.
Probably mine.
Okay, ma'am.
You put one on
Hands
me
it over.
already.
Technically, yours is the little packet thing inside your brain. You should be okay, but I can write some additional stuff if you want me to.
Well, I mean, wait, so they'd have to open me up anyways to get in, so.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, you do not have any external ports that they can access easily. Yeah, you know, with how your design is, if they were trying to get in to actually access your port or do data things, it would be pretty obvious, and you would have to sit there and go, "What you doing?"
Your Billy body has one access point. It is the Beetleborg access point.
You're
So
too
in order
tall.
to get to you, they have to get through that.
You're too
Well,
tall.
they could
Whatever.
probably. He still has access to his current big body, which is connected to Beetle, so they could through that. But it would definitely be a big fucking problem.
No,
what it was
he's too
saying.
tall. Guys, he's too tall. They won't be able to reach.
Ah,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
problem.
There's some 8-foot tall people, so
No.
Johnny's
Yeah, you've only met one of those, and he's on your side.
Johnny's gonna try to put some security on their things.
All right, roll just a general, let's say a slicer's kit, since you'll be sitting down and working on all of them.
mine is probably stupid easy to break into.
I think that's why he's doing it for everybody.
I know.
That's a 28.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's used to Aaron. 28? Alright. Keep that note down if I ever ask for the DC for your security. That will be it. Everybody's what's the term? Everybody's devices and stuff now are encrypted to a certain level and protected by what Johnny just did.
Appreciate it. Don't need people getting the contact info that they can't. That they shouldn't have, I should say. Ow.
Heading there then?
I believe so.
I don't think my services are required, but I will still head there.
You have no choice but to go. You're part of the team, boy.
Okay, I'm not going then.
Leaves
Okay.
Carrie.
Just yeets himself up to a ship and says bye.
He's not part of the He's not part of the Sentinel, so I mean, he actually doesn't.
Are you actually going or are you not?
No. I'm
Okay.
going.
I feel like after that now I have to ask if you actually
No,
are.
I'm going. But unless it is required of me, I'm not going to be doing much, save looking at what I can buy at the black market.
I mean, you did make a point of trying to protect Chani and Sorsha, so that's where they'll be soon.
That's where we will be, yes.
But I can't protect Chani when she's out pod racing.
What if you just run really fast?
That'd be a scary speed to maintain.
Exactly.
Just fucking legs blurring like a Sonic or a Roadrunner moment of I can't keep up.
The
I can
cameraman racing past Usain Bolt.
I think if my math is correct, I can get almost 100 feet around.
Yeah, probably.
For a short time.
But you start the process. You start towards the area.
Matt,
What?
to hasten the other spell stack.
I don't think night speed and haste will stack.
No, he's talking about the second level version
The tech one.
for the tech. Motivator boost?
Yes.
I want to say no because it's the same effects worded the exact same way, but that'll be for a later date for me to actually go back and re-examine everything.
By the time you look at
Billy
it again,
could-
it'll have changed.
Yep.
Billy could go even faster.
Listen, man, we're not trying to give you the ability to run like a fucking pod racer right now.
I need 600 feet of movement.
I think he's right. I think he does need that.
Oh goddamn! Just gotta book it. Go be a monk. There you go.
Just
Anyways.
Billy joins the monastery. I know that's not what a monk is in this, but I don't care.
You're not.
I mean, that's some monks in this. You're actually right.
I found inner peace by Bonfo Ranching, partner.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
in technicality, you have the Knight Brothers and you have the Achani. So,
I think there's a couple more, but they're like more obscure ones. Anyways, heading out, you guys are going to start the process. You're just going to start roughly heading towards the sector. You didn't really get a lot of information on how to get there, get in. Probably an oversight on Sim's part, as he's done it before, didn't think about it.
Oh no, he forgot we're idiots.
He left Chani with directions
Oh no.
to herself.
He did. So, starting out that area, you guys take the public methods as much as you can. The different, like, shuttle vehicles, trams, them setups, elevators, getting down here and there. And you're getting to the general area and you're realizing, I'm like 3 sectors off from the entrance one. How do I get here? Would you like to...
Break down and
I'm gonna
crack.
say make... I'm trying to decide if it's a survival or investigation check. I'll be nice and let it be a investigation check. It is a vacation check.
GPS, take us to the black market.
I'm assuming
I'm
I'm
sorry.
making this roll.
You are the currently one with the coordinates and directions.
All right. 12.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Hey, she got double digits this time.
Oh my god, okay.
Especially after you add in the +9.
I keep forgetting the fact that I had the future vision because I could have helped her with that.
Yep.
God damn it. I'm sorry.
We're just looking at the pretty sights.
Yeah.
You guys are down in the lower
industrial
area.
smog.
It's definitely not the best of areas to be in. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not like one of the more maintained areas. At first, Chani's walking with purpose, leading you guys where you need to go. It's going great. Didn't we pass that building already? Okay, I know we've passed that building already.
Chani.
There's that same guy eating lunch.
Chani, is there a reason we're walking in a circle?
Don't answer that, Chani.
Helmet goes on.
I'll take that as a no.
Does Coruscant have the Fifth Amendment or an equivalent?
Does anyone know where the hell we're going?
Absolutely not.
Not a
Johnny.
Sorsha, I would like you to roll me a lore check with the absolutely not that you just said.
Oh. I don't know shit. Okay, hold on.
Witchcraft.
I got a nat 20.
So, Sorsha, you've been distracted by the pretty lights. You've been just like confident Chani knew where she was going, right?
Yeah.
You passed like 3 times. This business, you can tell it's a front for something. You have a pretty good guess that just you've done with a lot of gambling, a lot of criminals, a lot of hideout areas. You're pretty sure that business is just a front for an entryway to somewhere. You passed it like 3 times on the walk around.
Cool.
It's just a restaurant.
Cool.
Doesn't even have a sign.
Cool. And no, I do not know where we're going.
Passive insight is a 19. I feel I must say that.
If you would like to make an insight check on that, you can.
Nah, he doesn't have any reason to think she's lying to him, so.
Fair enough. Are you just gonna let her keep walking?
I think we've
Yeah.
kind of stopped and Chani's just like,
Max?
What?
Are you just gonna let him keep walking?
I believe in Chani, yes.
You guys keep
Yeah,
walking for another
You have
hour or
to do it
two.
yourself.
She's gonna go up to Chani and she's
At
gonna
the-
put her hand on her shoulder and she's
At
gonna
the
be like,
15-minute mark, I'm gonna stop right by where that guy's just sitting there eating, and I'm just gonna watch them walk around in a circle.
They make a full loop. They don't even notice. They make a full loop and come back to you.
Switch is gonna
At
come
any
up
point,
to,
at any point, is Billy out of sight somehow?
no.
Are you trying to stealth away?
No. Is there just like crowds or buildings? Is there at any point that it's like just a hat? Or
I
is he
need to
too tall
remind
for that
you-
even?
With the boots, you tower over everyone, with extremely rare exceptions.
Just Billy's trying to stealth stuff just around town.
It's impossible to not walk with a bit of like a hip sway or swagger in these boots.
Well, she's gonna go up to Chani after so long of walking around, and she's just gonna put her hand on her shoulder, and she's gonna be like, "Honey, you don't know where we're going, do you?" She's just gonna take that silence, and she's just gonna pat her shoulder, and she's just gonna point over to where she saw the unmarked building, and she's gonna be like, I think that's it.
It's across the way from where T-Lock stopped and the one dude was just eating lunch.
Yeah.
Go that way.
Lead him, Chani. Lead him there.
I'll say T-Lock, you can notice they probably like, oh shit, she just pointed it out.
Okay. He'll walk over and join back up with them.
Just sitting in my bench and getting back up and joining now. Walking in, it's like the one across the way was a decent-sized restaurant, all this. This is like one of those little cubby-hole restaurants. There's not a lot of space in there. There's a counter and like 4 tables. Sitting behind the counter, it's just this beat-up, rough, scraggly-looking Bothan. Chomping and smoking on a cigar as he sits there. Looks up as you guys come in. And then looks back down at his data slide. Miss Johnny winded herself back up after all that.
She's working on it.
As this misfit bunch just stands in silence looking at this man at the counter.
You know, the robot lawyer, the person in the race suit, and the Twillick with a Hawaiian shirt on, they don't stand out at all.
She probably doesn't have the suit part on yet, just because you want to save that for whatever you're actually racing.
Fine.
Okay, but why didn't
Twillick
we get why didn't we get Nima a disguise?
You don't need one.
He's do-
Mostly just hide in the workshop so people don't see me.
But Nima, did you take off your badge?
I would have taken off my badge because we discussed this earlier.
Nima,
Okay.
did you want a costume?
Maybe.
Oh,
You want me to make you one?
It's fine. We're already out here.
I can make you one. I can make you one. I'm gonna make him one.
Just in the middle of this guy's store, rip off a curtain out of the. Yeah, good idea.
Just
No,
go rip that guy's shirt off and throw it on Nima.
hey guy, having lunch.
Hey, if this is who you think it is, you might be able to buy just about anything in this damn store with the right price.
Including his shirt.
Including his shirt.
I got 23. I want to make him a costume.
With what materials?
I'm gonna buy that man's shirt.
I feel like
She's
this is
gonna
an interaction that needs to be had.
She's gonna
I
walk.
know, that's why I waved my hand at her.
She's
Does
gonna
it even
walk.
does it even fit him?
How big? Is
Bothan's a little bit bigger than Ivrium, so it probably should.
It'll fit.
She's gonna walk up to him, and she's just gonna like run her hands over her leku, and she's gonna be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
that's a nice shirt you got there."
You look down and it's a old, kind of tattered, couple grease stains on it.
I don't want this man's shirt anymore.
It's my lucky one.
Do it for the costume squad.
Doing it.
It's my lucky one.
How much to get it off? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Our credits here. I'll
100?
give you my shirt.
100?
100.
How about 50?
Persuasion check.
Hell yeah.
Can I give her advantage by existing?
Normally I would say yes, but for this one I just want to let this go, so no.
He's seen a lot of things.
You know what I'm gonna do? Future vision.
Okay. What's your total?
21.
70.
65.
Deal.
She's just gonna like grab his finger and just shake it.
You grab his finger and shake it as he held out an open flat palm. He's waiting for money.
Oh. There you go.
Appreciate it. And he'll stand up. All right, here we go. And pull off his shirt and hand it over, and then just sit back down shirtless at the counter.
I'm upset.
Wait a minute.
want to
It's a
describe
little
the scene?
chilly.
Awful. It's
All right. And
crazy,
then he'll pull up
sweaty.
off the ground over, pull a jacket off the ground, and put it on over him.
What? The jacket's nicer.
It is nicer.
She's gonna go to him again.
That disguise acquired.
So,
Oh my god.
that's a nice jacket you got there.
Yeah, it is.
How much to get it off you?
It's a nice one.
I mean, it's not that nice. Honestly.
Wow.
It's not bad. It's pretty decent, actually. This is me telling you. This is me out of character telling you.
Oh, I know it's nice. I'm trying to lower his self-esteem so he gives me the jacket.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not that nice.
Can you put
Honestly,
another shirt in the background?
it makes you look a little... She's gonna look around. Chunky? You know? Like, I don't think it's your
He
style.
looks down at his beer gut and looks up at you. Well, I was gonna say 200, but for that I'll put it at 180. I don't want to look chunky.
How about 100? I'll be giving you a favor. I'll be doing you a favor by taking this off of you.
160.
150.
155.
130.
Nope. Sorry. Leans back.
How about 130 and a hot dog?
I work at a restaurant, can't you see?
This ain't no restaurant.
Yeah, it is. And he like hooks his thumb back up at the board across the back with the menu.
Are we holding up customers?
No, there's like 2 people in here and nobody else has come in.
Are they actually eating?
Yeah, they're eating.
Okay.
Well, one of them's eating, one of them's just drinking something.
Listen, how about this? I give you my Hawaiian shirt, and you give me your jacket.
Lean over, look at it.
She's gonna do like a little 360 twirl.
Matt, you know that's this man's
85 in
final
the
form.
shirt. 85 in the shirt.
Hey, man, this shirt will look a lot better on you than that jacket. I'm not paying any more than 40.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, hell yeah.
T-Lock's just leaning against the wall near the door, like, can we go now?
Can I give
Please?"
myself guidance?
Yeah. We
T-Lock
professionals
does not
here.
understand T-Lock does not understand the importance
Guidance
of
is
shirt
a plus
politics.
4, right?
You roll a d4.
After you
Extra.
die?
You would have to find a way to inspire her without. But how would you like to assist if you do that?
I don't intend to assist. So I'm just gonna sit back and stay quiet.
24.
Oh, good enough. And he'll take his jacket off, hold it out, and he's holding out the other hand.
She's gonna give him 40, and she's gonna give him her shirt.
Alright, pleasure doing business. And he'll hand it over and put his new shirt on. It is kind of nice.
Yeah, thought so. It looks really good on you. Chef's kiss.
And he's just gonna sit back and start reading again.
Here you go, little buddy. And she's gonna hand him the jacket.
Does the jacket have a hood on it?
Yeah, I don't have a hood on it. Why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on and pull the hood as low down as I possibly can.
You want the shirt too?
Are you taking the shirt?
Put it on.
I'm taking the shirt.
Put it on.
I don't know what to do with it.
Just tie it around your waist.
I can tie it around my neck like a cape.
Do whatever makes you feel happy, man.
I'm gonna take her suggestion, tie it around my waist, so like, I don't know.
Now
In
you
a
look
way
at
so
your
it wouldn't get in
shirt.
the way.
Okay, tying the shirt off around your waist.
Maybe cover up a weapon or something.
It may cover up most of your pistol.
Yeah.
Now we need something else for Sorsha again.
Sorsha has her black dress.
You don't have disguise. You can always use the shirt as disguise.
I'm not putting that on my body. That's not touching me.
Didn't you just hand it over to me? I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure that requires
Alright,
touching.
whatever's going on back there, I'm gonna go ahead and try to move forward here.
Oh, it's about
Thank
time
you.
you intervene and do something. I was wondering how long this was going to go on for.
Okay.
Listen, no shirt. I've been here longer than you. I can do what I
Listen
want.
here, I have a shirt as he pulls on the armor.
Ooh, that's not a shirt.
Continuing to
Close
ignore
enough to a
the
shirt.
things happening, going on back there.
Okay.
Right. I'm sure there's some sort of like code phrase or some other such thing that I just simply don't know, but I heard that there was a racing circuit around here and I want to go have a look-see at it.
We're a restaurant here.
Sorsha's gonna go up to him. She's gonna put her arm on the counter, and she's just gonna. She still has her sunglasses on, right? And she's gonna take her sunglasses and she's gonna flick them down to where her eyes are showing, and she's gonna go, "Are you really?"
Mm-hmm. We have 2 customers right there.
But what about in the back? And she's gonna push her sunglasses up.
We gotta cook.
I don't know what to do.
In fairness, China doesn't know for sure that this is the right place.
I know.
Does Sorsha know for sure this is the right place?
Yeah, Short's pretty damn sure.
How about you don't lie to me?
I just sold you a shirt and jacket. Why would I lie?
Listen,
Billy's in the background just rotary cannon, just like
Okay. Alright.
listen. Can I roll an intimidation with Billy as my help? Like, he's my muscle. She's gonna go up to him and she's gonna be like, listen, you're gonna tell me where it is that I wanna go. Or, my big pal over there might show you
There's a lot of echo I'm noticing.
a thing or two.
rotary cannon by himself.
Okay? Come here, Billy.
What are you doing,
Clank,
Billy?
clank, clank, clank,
It's not clink, 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 clink. It's click, 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 click. No.
Would it be tink?
No, it's still a click. It's just a more menacing click.
She's just gonna like pat where she can reach on Billy, and she goes, "You want to go and do this, don't you, bud? You'd be real heartbroken if you didn't get to. You got all dressed up and everything."
Sir, I have people to punch.
Oh, fuck. I'll let you guys roll intimidation. Either one of you at advantage or both of you separate.
It's okay. There have been 6 solid minutes of banjo music playing.
Robert,
Yeah.
how good is your intimidation?
This is the case. This is one of those cases where you can use strength as the, like, imposing style of intimidation.
Yes.
So that's not a question you're allowed to ask. Stop doing that.
Oh no, I'll say if I'm allowed to use strength, I'll take it.
Then you
was talking
do it
about
at
Max.
an advantage.
Jesus, what is that?
Sounds like crunching on dice.
Oh, I just uncapped my dice and just rolled them out across.
Hmm.
It sounds like you were chewing on them.
29.
Nutritious.
Matthew, why am I being picked up on your mic?
On my mic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are.
I don't
said that
know.
a second ago.
Thank you, maxed out rank score.
It's because we need to have a technical difficulty, and I was able to drown out most of the echo so far. So I wasn't gonna question it. Because everybody's
fine,
still in the
between Mac-
server.
Let's say it's fine. Between Max, myself, and Matt, one of us will disconnect.
Yeah, I know.
No, Max is on
Don't
my
say that.
good.
Fine. I don't want any problems in the front.
I didn't
Um,
think so.
Gonna lean back, look. And overlook the other two. Hey! Bill! Get up and take him back. And you look over, and there's just this reedy-looking Cuban guy sipping on his coffee. What's up? Why me? As I said. Now get him. Just fine. He gets up and so the rest of you and fine. Yeah, kind of like dice in his throat as he like looks up and he's at like belly area of Billy and just looking up. Well, this way. And he starts back and flips up the cat like the what is it? You know how some people have the counter and then there's just a small door that flips up and you can walk through. One of those leads you into the back. You walk through. You walk through a kitchen. There's a cook back there who looks up, starts to say something when he sees Phil walk through, and then it just kind of dies as the rest of you like, keep on piling in, and he just like, and back to his cooking. Nima, you're pretty sure there's like 18 health code violations already, and you only just walked into the room.
How drastic are these health code violations? As in,
Yes,
yes, understood.
there's a variety of them.
This place isn't really a restaurant, is it?
Did you just now figure that out?
I had an assumption.
You be nice to him.
To be fair, he is cooking food.
He is actually cooking food. It's not like
Mhm.
throwing rats into a pot and that's his food.
Well, it's meat.
It is a type of meat. That's understood. Understandable.
You don't know what kind of meat he's using right now, but it's meat.
By definition, this place is a restaurant. A good one, on the other hand.
Absolutely
That's
not.
debatable. I am definitely not going to order anything from here anytime
not.
soon.
Do not.
I'll have you know, this restaurant makes the finest damn rat burgers on the planet.
So I shall eat a lot of things, but not that.
What kind of rat? Hive rat or womp rat?
Yeah.
No, yeah, pretty well.
Smash burger.
He'll
Fair enough.
keep on leading you guys through. You go back, walk past the freezer, go into like one of like the pantry storage areas. He walks to the back, pushes on, like reaches, scoots some stuff back, reaches through a shelf, pushes a button, or does something. It like kind of like pops out, slides forward, and then to the side some, and it just opens up. And he's like, "All right, just yeah, get going. It's down that way."
Thank you, partner.
Yeah. No.
Ow.
He's doing
I was drinking.
You guys just going on through?
I'm waiting on Chani, but yes.
Yes.
I didn't know. I have to ask because you guys pull shit at the weirdest of times.
Quickly mug this
Heading
guy
up.
while we're in his own restaurant.
Punch, punch, kick, kick.
I mean, nobody's inside besides no other people are inside. But heading on through.
Four. It's fine.
Like I said, heading on through, going in. You guys walk down through a staircase, down a bit. Looks like you guys are starting into some of the access tunnels that have been, let's say, refurbished. Repurposed would probably be the better term here, actually. And following through until eventually you guys hit an opening. It just kind of like half circle, wide half circle. It's been getting a bit wider as you go. It started out like maybe 1, 2 people if you were lucky with Skinner people. Now it's like good ways across, maybe 20 feet across, about 15 feet high. You guys walk down and into a big sector, and you guys are looking around. Buildings, street stands. Poor people, rich people, people that definitely, that's illegal weaponry walking by right there, Billy.
Illegal weaponry?
Actually, Nemo would know it too. Illegal
Yeah.
weaponry.
Ooh.
Ooh, how illegal?
Well, the first one you spot would be about 10 years in prison for having that one.
I remember when that was outlawed.
Billy, are you pretty sure you got at least one of these weapons you see walking around outlawed?
We don't talk about that. For legal reasons.
Exactly.
So you
All right.
built these.
Yeah, this area you guys are opening up, it's a decently what's a populous street. It's like almost like a main street you guys have walked out into. It's like, it's just the first image that a lot of people see, so there's a lot of businesses here. A lot of people here. Street rats running around. A bunch of shouting going on, straight like, over here, get your food, over here, best burgers around.
Right. Chani, how do you want to play this?
Well, we need to find the entertainment district, and aside from that, there are shops, and we'll work from there.
Fair enough.
Are you planning on
Good to
eating
know.
rat burger?
Hey,
Are
hey,
you
he didn't
what?
say rat burger. He said burger.
He said burger. Ah. I'm pretty sure the
Is
sun's
the burger
over there.
blue?
You won't know if it's rat burger though till you try.
You might not even know when you try it.
If they're good enough.
Anyway,
Is anybody actually trying the burger stand?
I
I'll
physically
eat
cannot.
I just ate.
I anatomically cannot.
Tenno will eat one.
Going to look
Tenny
at
will
the
get one. Just roll up. He's over there. Over here. Over here. Hey, you right there. You look like you need a burger. What do you say? As you walk up.
How much?
10 credits for a burger and a drink.
Fucking Christ.
The and a drink makes it okay, because that's similar pricing as to what we're seeing now in our dystopian society.
Alright, toss him 10 credits.
Here you go. And he pulls out. It's like
Damn, like $10.
he just watches. He flips a burger off of the grill onto bun, puts some like top is just any like condiments. You give him over, he'll put them on, slap it up, wrap it up. You can see already that just as he's handing it to you, the grease is already seeping through the container some. And hands you your drink.
How big is this burger compared to Tennu?
Compared to two, pretty damn big, because it's a decent sized burger for a normal person. This is definitely a two-handed meal for Tennu.
It's like a quarter pounder with cheese.
You're not far off what this is. Jigging it, biting into it, it's not bad. It's very obviously like street food versus normal restaurants.
Hey, that's not a negative.
They're usually
But
better.
it hits. That's fair.
Yeah,
it makes it better. But I mean, it hits the spot pretty damn well. It's more like the hole in the wall rather than high-end burger.
Yeah, because as a trucker's son, I used to fucking eat nothing but roach coaches, and that was some of the best damn food ever.
Oh,
About
yeah.
the only big downside is you can feel your arteries starting to clot.
Wonder how a dry aged burger tastes.
Tennu's
Oh,
just gonna kind of like sit down and rub his belly for a good minute.
Oh, this
I
is a
don't-
full-ass meal for you.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
we
like-
have the sidetrack
He's
time to
water,
go over
he's
dry
start
aging.
waddling around.
You feel a little weighted now, but it definitely filled you up.
Can you walk there, little fella?
A little bit. He has to like unbutton his pants to walk now.
Just reach out and loosen your belt some. Alright. Anything else in the area, or are you guys just heading on out?
I'm just following Johnny.
Unless something catches your eye particularly with her very low pass. She's trying to find the entertainment area.
I will say, I'm on the
There's a
lookout.
sign.
Whoa, what? She cut out a lot. What'd she say?
Said I'm a
No, still cutting out.
She got like one word in, then the volume dropped.
Wow.
Oh, your sensitivity's jacked.
Undo that.
no man.
That's probably okay.
Well, I'm just trying to get to not pick up you,
It is the struggle.
loudmouth.
Wow.
Try there, it should be okay. Anyways, try again.
Okay. I'm assuming there's a sign that says where the entertainment district is, and Chani just didn't see it.
Are there any?
Oh, shit, I didn't even throw that shade. I was gonna say for Chani here, the GPS that's supposed to be like the plans you have for this area are not accurate in any way.
Matt,
Huh?
are there any weapon shops that catch Billy's eye for stuff he would like?
Roll a perception.
Okay, I
Just-
didn't know if you wanted passive.
Can
or
I
not.
help with this? Because I also look for weapon shops.
I'll say this, because I'm actively paying attention to where Chani is and what she's doing. I'll go off my passive just for anything that looks lightsaber-y or whatnot like that, because I know black market stuff could have shit like that.
Yeah. I'll keep that
Roll.
in mind.
Am I rolling with advantage because him?
He said he's helping, so if he's helping, you guys can either do one with the somebody with advantage, or each roll your own.
I'm going to give him advantage. If I can add 4, I can give him advantage.
Second roll.
How are you
That's
adding 4?
high.
Lore Master.
Guidance.
If I help with something, I make a lore check
You can't
and
give
can add my
advantage.
proficiency.
Yeah, you can't give advantage and that at the same time.
Yeah, that's one of those we said. That was
okay.
one of those you have to choose.
When you give the help action, you either give advantage or you give your bonus.
Okay, I just give the bonus, not the help action.
Well, then make that 50.
Well, he already rolled with advantage on this one, I think. So,
Yeah.
I did.
just
keep it in
yeah,
mind for
that's what you
next
say.
time.
Next time, like I said with you guys, you got to keep those bits in mind.
That was a very loud sneeze and scared the fuck out of me.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. It's not your fault.
Anyways, what was your total,
20.
Billy?
23 for arms dealer.
All right, walking through, you don't see anything that would right now here catch your attention. But this is also the big main entrance area. This seems like a lot more of the. It's not got the harder sellers, the harder what is it? How to put it? Better products. A lot less than legal products. This is the ones that are questionable right now.
I mean, I'm not necessarily looking for just illegal or legal. I'm just looking for.
Well, I know. I was just saying. So a lot of what you're seeing is stuff you've already seen or
Yeah.
you have quality equal to.
Yeah. Just like, this might be a new rotary cannon battery, or I don't know
Unless you
why.
actually deviate and start to look harder, you probably won't find much on this main drag.
Nah, still gotta stay with them. I don't know why, but this person has a pre-made suppressor made for a rotary cannon.
That's a very specific item you're looking for, buddy. Anyways, heading down. Assuming Source is at the front helping you, since Chani's shown a little bit of difficulties with the underbellies. You're sitting there trying to connect dots with the GPS, looking around going, none of this shit matches up. What the heck? Sorsha, the door's over there.
Sorsha's just gonna put
It has a sign.
she's gonna put her hand on Chani's shoulder again, and she's just going to point her towards the direction.
All right.
Yeah. Heading down at two of it. You're going into the more entertainment. That's politer than red light area. Kind of walking down, you realize it's kind of the mix of the two. They didn't really bother separating all this off.
I mean, red light district is just part of entertainment, so.
Yep. I bet the red light district brings a very specific image to mind for most people, so I'm trying to be a bit careful with tossing that around.
Around the Vegas Strip.
The thought zone.
Basically. Except they're a lot less subtle about things, which is in and of itself impressive.
Very.
Depending on part of Vegas you go through, it's the same way.
We're talking the strip area on this one. Like, here's one casino that sounds nice, it sounds classy, then across the way, it's basically a house that more or less just says whorehouse. Here you go. So it's an odd mix of things. What are you looking for in particular in this area?
Areas that the party can actually utilize for fun and profit.
A male Wookiee strip club for Sorsha.
I have a feeling that she'll find that on her own.
You're like 80% sure you just saw one walk past a window, but you don't know.
The thing is, though, we'd
Entirely.
never know. Hello there.
I just like the
updating
idea
shut
of
the fuck-
Sorsha paying Wookiees to let her pet them.
Alright, so looking for something the group can do. There are a very large number of events, but down the way you see what looks like, yeah, this thing's obvious enough even with your passive, you'd easily be able to see this thing. A very large,
Even with your best.
almost coliseum setup.
Burns.
And a lot of, I would say a lot of noise, but this place is just noise in general. Walking down the way, if you're going anywhere, you'll see somebody on one of the sides in front. Two big, burly guards with mean-looking guns sitting there. It looks like he's taking a lot of bets, but he's down towards the end of the road near the Coliseum bits.
What kind of guns?
On them, heavy blasters.
Noted.
Looks like they're taking bets. Can we see what the event is?
No, he doesn't have a sign up or anything. He's just near the entryway to like. He's like on a. He's not at the Coliseum itself. The road goes down. It goes straight into the Coliseum. And then there's branches off for some stuff, and he's like sitting in one of the branches of the road near the edge. Just a little bit off of that.
Okay.
Oh shit, my keyboard's getting hooked up.
Yeah, from right here, you can't really tell what he's getting bets on. Just a lot of people watching. There's a lot of credits flowing through there right now. And regularly, as you guys have sat there long enough, another group will just come walking up. Guards again flanking. Swap out what looks like lock boxes or something. Walk back into a building nearby.
It was me who was disconnected first.
Well,
Welcome back.
had to happen.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
It looks like some of the guy at the bookkeep was getting lockboxes swapped out. Another person came out of a building with two big burly guards.
Okay.
These lock boxes.
How what?
How big are these lock boxes?
The one they're coming back out and picking up is probably... It's a decent size. It's a pretty big one. It's probably about 2.5 feet by a foot, and then about a foot thick.
So, long and as heavy as me. Oh, heavier.
Yeah, probably heavier than you, yeah.
How much you think's in there, guys?
Enough.
Too much.
Could literally be a stupidly large range of stuff because of how credits and the electronic chipping works.
Might not even be money.
It might not be money.
I'd say we should try to go see if we can find the event that they're betting on before we think about worrying about gambling things.
Speaking
I
of,
say
who's
about
going to be
gambling.
placing the bets?
Gamble first, think later.
I just get
Yeah.
to the end, take the
I
box.
think that's a mistake.
Is one of us staying back to place bets?
Unless required of me, I'm not going to be participating in anything. So if need be, whatever money you wish to be put down on bets, I can do such.
I may transfer you some money here shortly.
Oh, you buzzkill.
I just want the box.
How am I a buzzkill?
Unless you want to
Why
join
you
me in the
want to
pit
have
box.
fun?
Let's not
I
start
said unless
skipping
it's
steps yet.
required of me.
Come on, there might be some tag team pit fights.
Ooh.
Again, unless it is
There
required. of me.
is... You were told there were multiple kinds of pit fights.
Johnny, make it required.
No.
You tried that with the shirts and it didn't work.
Well, it did get us that. And she'll kind of gesture at his get up.
I think that's because he got stabbed.
Also that.
Bye.
If we may, can we continue forward into the spectacle?
Right, heading towards just end of the road bit.
If we may.
All right, heading down that way, as you get closer and closer, you realize there is a lot of loud cheering coming from inside this area. You guys get closer, make out more details. There is just like small stature, kind of very scrawny, short, very lanky though. Well, I guess lanky would be fair. Scrawny would be the better term, yeah. Very like old, worn, cheap suit with a hat. Rodian sitting there, and it looks like he's the one taking down bets. And right now, it's mostly hearing bets on combination of events. Two very large ones are racing or fights. And you hear individual names, you hear teams. It's not a very quiet process with the road and how it is right now.
Dice rolling.
Yep. They're not subtle. Billy, one of the guards, is very much staring. Actually, anybody in the group looking. One of the guards is very much staring up the group.
So she's gonna like wave at
weaponry you
them.
got there. What all attachments you got for it?
Nothing you need to worry about.
What if I want to buy one for myself? Or maybe need some direction, or some directions to be pointed in to acquire these things.
He's not a helpful individual.
I'm here to spend coin, partner. Okay, I found someone else.
Yep, he's just watching at this point.
So she's gonna do like a little chin wave.
He just eyes shift from Billy down and just staring at you after you made motion and brought attention.
I'm gonna give him a wink.
Your eyes are covered.
Must continue through
I know.
this street of molasses.
I thought it would be a
To
funny joke.
destination.
I don't have eyes. How am I gonna wink?
I know. That's what I'm like. Your eyes are covered. Johnny's just trying to drag Billy and Sorsha forward
I
and
wish
just
to wink,
sliding.
but I don't have eyes.
You probably have a
Party
method of
prevention
winking.
for.
It's slightly horrifying, but you can do it. Alright, I'm just trying to get everybody. Is anybody resisting Johnny? You guys letting her
No.
herd you towards the Coliseum?
We're all moving.
Okay.
I'm
That's
fairly
what
certain
to
anything
do.
we do stop and say is not really being stopped and said, it's being said as we walk by.
Alright. Headed towards just going into the Coliseum right now.
Wonder if I
I'd
could get an
assume, because that's
underbarrel
where Chani
explosive.
is hurting us.
Huh?
There.
For Robert. I heard yours, James.
It's just Billy muttering to himself. Just wonder if I could get some kind of underbarrel explosive device or secondary thing to deal with. How would that work?
Heading in, though, there's not really anything stopping you. It's just big area to walk around in. With periodically, as it like starts to wrap around what it looks like in long corridors around. Just stairwells going up into something.
Trying to stay out of the performers area. We continue forward.
You don't really see any route to get to a performer's area right now, besides,
That's fine.
well, stairwells. As you guys are walking by, if you start to go around, you look up one of the stairwells, it just looks like it goes up. You see people on the sides. It looks like it's just the lead up into the stadium.
This is fine.
Going up there, keep them walking. What are you guys doing?
Entering into the crowd so that we may
Okay,
view as a
that's why I
spectacle.
was asking. Walking up, looking down in, right now, as you guys top up and look in, is fight pit. There's a fight going down on the bottom. This is very much looking around, very good. Old style based Coliseum, steps going up, bleachers going up, at a very edge, like a drop, like maybe 20 feet down to the sand. And yeah, there's actually sand pit here on the bottom layering it. Looking down there is, right now it looks like a doubles fight, two teams going at it, or a free-for-all. You would say free-for-all, but they do look like they're helping each other out to an extent. One side has two Wookiees, another side has a Gamorrean and a burly human. There are no ranged weapons being drawn about and used here. It looks like a number of things like clubs, bats, axes, swords, maces, shields.
Well, this is different.
Staffs, things like that. You can just see on each side of the arena against the wall is just basically a weapon rack with stuff on them.
I feel
I'm
out of
gonna
my
test
element.
something.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast a force power. Just force push pull and just start levitating a random cup.
All right.
Or we'll throw it across the room. Make it easier.
My drink.
Roll a d20. But while you guys are doing this, he's doing this. You guys look around. Like I said, going back around the stair, the bleachers going up. At one point, you do see what looks like it's above the rest of them, hanging it over a bit. It looks like an announcer's booth, maybe, and you just hear it going on and on, narrating the fight, how it goes.
18.
Okay, you just chuck it across the area. Don't hit anybody.
Nothing happens afterward?
No.
Okay.
That's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I also found out that cantrip does exactly what you gave me in Lesser Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Except Lesser Telekinesis is a little bit better.
More weight.
What are you guys doing? Finding a seat, walking in, doing something? It is pretty crowded, so finding a seat for your group might be a bit of a challenge.
Try
I'm
to
gonna-
do that take into spectacle. If it's anything like other fighting things, then there'll be a if you want to test your blah blah at the end of it. And that'll help with that portion of it if anybody wants to do this.
Alright. Fight continues on for another couple minutes. Like, maybe 2 minutes. It's not a long one, but damn, they're brutal. They are not pulling punches. They're going in for joints, breaking stuff. Doesn't matter. About the end of it, though, one of the Wookiees is still standing, but the rest of the teams are down. The rest of the people are down. He just sits back, stands back, just lets out a deep, bellowing roar.
So she's gonna cheer.
Cheering with him. And up from above, you just, and that's who it, folks. Don't forget to go back, collect your winnings. Hope you had a glorious and lucky day. Don't forget to come back and bet more. Check in outside if you wish to place anything. Next fight will be starting shortly, but until then, folks, have a good day. And it swaps off right now.
ABW always bet Wookie.
I mean, that's
so
a
if
fair
I-
rule. Wookiees are notoriously a pain in the ass in physical confrontations.
Okay, so if I enter this here, who's gonna hold my rotary cannon?
Can any of us even carry it?
I guess it would
Most
be
of you-
T-Lock, since he's stated that he does not wish to participate in anything.
I think
I said unless needed.
I think before any special batteries and modifications, it's like 80 pounds.
It's heavy, that's for sure.
I don't think Sorsha can carry it.
I can.
Most of you guys can carry it. It's just heavy as shit.
Don't want to.
Nope, I don't want to.
Firing it, on the other hand,
We don't. Have
Actually, it comes with a tripod.
you think I carry the tripod?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Given that they're handling all the gambling situation out there and what they talked about that seems like that would be the area of which you would be able to sign in, and then they would be able to give you directions to go certain places and blah 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 blah. So if anybody wants to sign up
That
for the fight
is-
pit, this would be where.
That is, to answer your question, you don't lose the damage.
Why?
It's just a benefit to them because a lot of fighters are inherently lowered compared to others, but that's it for
That's
right now.
why I don't understand.
That's, well, I'm getting into it right now so we don't go longer.
The Discord has been having a real lawyer argument for the last like 15 minutes. I've been ignoring it.
I know. I'm just answering it because it keeps popping up and buzzing my phone, and it's
Okay, so this is where this is.
Ask later.
Let's try to find where the racing area is and a suitably, hopefully decent hotel accommodations. preferably equidistant between the two. Ready to head out? Or do you guys want to stay and watch another bout?
I'm ready to go. I'm bored.
Wanton
I saw a man get
bloodshed
his
is
Let's
finger
at least
ripped
stop
off
by
down
the
there.
sign-up procedures.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. You're right.
Let's
Well-
stop by and see the sign-up procedures at least.
Alright, we can... That's probably the bet taker outside that everybody was going to.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Alright, just heading back out and getting in line for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that's what we're doing.
Alright, just confirming stuff. Going back out, getting in line. You guys get there just before a big rush comes in. It seems like maybe a lot of people are betting on the next fight. Takes probably at least like 20 minutes before you're actually waiting in line before you guys get up there.
So,
I will say, as you guys get up there and get closer, you're just going to hear people like betting on fights, teams, things like that. And well, like a couple people will be trying to bet on racing and stuff and that, and he just is just no, not right now. And he's just trying to shut him down. Like, this isn't the time for that. This is for this one specifically. And every time they go to bet on racing, he waves them off down a different road.
During the queue, all of our idle animations proc like 4 times each.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like I said, about 20 minutes in, you guys can get up there. He's not even really looking up as people go. He's just down, rapid typing, and putting stuff in his box on his table next to him, like not next to him, reaching down. It looks like under the booth desk area and putting stuff repeatedly every time people bet. Yes. What can I do? What are you betting on?
Okay, before the big rush of people behind us comes in and kind of ruins your day, real quick, if someone were to want to participate in the fights that they're currently placing bets on, where would they go to do that?
Gonna stop. That's here. Let me get extra stuff out.
But no, it's not this time. Just making sure it was here. And the same goes for racing.
Racing, yeah, that way.
All right.
And he's gonna point off to that way. Into the road that goes to the right if you're facing the Coliseum.
Unless any of you are wanting to participate in the very next fight, we're continuing on.
nah,
Maybe.
man.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, go. Yep, out of the way. We got more to go.
Scuttle.
Tink, 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 tink.
All right, heading off. I think you said, what is it? Rooms for the night somewhere?
Yeah, we're looking for decent accommodations, preferably equidistant between where the racing area is and where this Coliseum thingy is. So first and foremost, we need to find the racing thing.
Heading off down the way towards the racing?
Yeah.
Alright, heading down that way. You guys probably walk for a good 15, 20 minutes before you hit another stand. Another guy sitting up there taking bets before waving people on down this thing. It's not a side one, but it's definitely like a section off. You're hitting at a big block area, and he's waving people through a decently broad doorway after they place bets. On the other side, though, there's just a line of people filing in, and it looks like they're paying for tickets on that side.
Can we spy what ticket prices are from this distance?
Ticket prices are 20 credits per person right now.
Okay. I think that we're all
Source.
fine there.
Source, partner.
Yeah.
I've had an idea if we need more than one person to race.
Okay.
And can I basically just like pull up a record and describe whatever the Star Wars universe equivalent of Kiss is?
Of Kiss, the band?
Yes.
Where's this going?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I want to know where this is going. Yeah, let's go down this route. Let's go down this rabbit hole.
How if we get multiple people, disguise them like that?
I'm out.
The Boots gave me the idea.
I'm out.
That does look
Start
pretty
job.
nice.
I don't really know
I
if
want
it's
to
my
be the
style,
cat
though.
one.
You
We
even
can make
paint
it
up
your
Johnny's
style.
I don't think so.
But you already have the black uniform.
It lacks the
You can paint-
spikes.
I could add the spikes.
I think that they
And the
might ruin
painted
it.
faces.
And Sorsha.
Or they'll
last
make
time I
you
had
more
to deal with-
deadly.
The last
Sorsha,
time
you
I had to
can
deal
paint
with people
face.
with painted faces, I had to kill them. I'd rather not.
You get no say.
Could you see
I get a
people
lot
with
of
painted
say.
faces? Not
My
exactly
home-
advised.
My
Phil, you
home
started to
planet
say
is full
something.
of people that are crazy with painted faces.
If you're not participating, I don't think yours really matters too much.
Your opinion doesn't matter if you're not doing anything.
I have already stated I can take part in the flying competition.
No, actually, in character, you've only stated that you don't want to participate. That was before a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
No, last session I told Johnny I can participate in it.
That
If
was
that-
last session. We don't remember that shit.
Then you should.
It's to say this time it's been a whole bit of I won't participate though. So
That was
that's a
2
fair
weeks
thing on our
ago.
part.
Whatever.
But
the-
anyways,
Assuming that one works, or that this one works the same as the other one did, do we want to go ahead and scope out what these races are like?
Might as well
Disguise
look at them
time.
before we just throw ourselves in.
All right.
Saoirse's gonna run to the nearest bathroom and change into her black dress.
There's okay.
Oh look at you! You even got the right colors going already.
run in, change into your new dress. Keep in mind when you're like this though, don't have any of your armor on, so your AC will be lower in case something happens.
Okay. I got Billy.
I don't know if you heard, but I said I called Star Child.
Cool. I don't know which one the cat face one is, but I want to be him. No comment. Excellent.
I'm looking up the name of that
Go
one.
to area, buy ticket, go inside.
Okay, like I said, 20 credits per person, you'll get waved through pretty easily. Going on in, looking at the listing, today is speeder bike races.
Ooh, speeder bike.
Does it have like
But
a
that's
tomorrow
today's.
and other things, or just today's?
It has a thing for tomorrow's. Looking at it, it looks like tomorrow's is the first half of the day will be a speeder bike race again, but like later at the night they will have a actual pod race going somewhere. Although that one's listed as like a new event, a new showcasing event. Prices for the pod racing are listed at higher though for the new showcasing. They're 45 credits to get in per person.
I see.
Heading on the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So getting in there, looking at what happens. You see where like the pod racing thing will be set up to wall off, but that's walled off right now, blockaded. You can't go in there. People are still working, but going off to the right to the speeder bike races. You have right ahead where you can get in some, where you can see some, or there's a long walk, or if you really want to pay a little bit extra, there's a guy that has just the equivalent of like a golf cart to take you around.
Me.
Let's pay the golf cart.
No, there's too many of us.
There's more than one golf cart.
Will it hold Billy?
He might have to get his own. Well, no, if that's fair. Realistically, though, he's probably okay.
I have 50 feet of movement,
Billy just runs after us.
so 100 if running.
That'd be impressive in heels.
I can rock it.
I just want to find somewhere standard.
You came to the wrong place.
What do you mean standard?
Like, nearby-ish, because we're just looking for things going by.
Yeah, you can just walk up to the front, like where it exits. There's the set for the stands right here. It's just that's where if you want to go
Yeah,
around, because this would be a very large track.
that's fine. I just want to see, like, anywhere on the track that should have the racers go by at some point in time so I can see what exactly it is that they're doing.
Oh yeah, then you can just walk up and go up to the stands where you are here right now. Going out, walking up, looking for seats, getting seated, all that. Give yourself a few minutes. Right now our race is going on. This is very much reminiscent of what we would know for a more dirt bike race. These ones seem to be keeping lower to the ground. They don't take them up high. They'll be going, there's a large looping track several hundreds feet across from like one end to the other end, and then again slightly mostly ovalish. Different ramps or obstacles down there going on as they're driving. Like at one point it's ramping, at one point the lanes cross each other, and there's a couple collisions on that as you guys are watching. You have something where there's a jump where it's different rotating, there's rotating bits they have to get through and make the jump through.
Alrighty.
Pretty sure you watched one dude just reach over, grab a driver, and pull him off, and then keep going.
So maintain distance.
Yeah, you basically just hear from the announcers like, "Oh, and there he goes! Tough break today." They don't give a shit about your safety.
This is fine.
Just don't get grabbed. Alright guys, wait until the end of the race.
May as well.
Alright, fair enough. Finishing off towards the end, eventually it stops down, it wins, and getting off of the winner's bike is what looks like a rather heavily customized speeder bike. Jumps off, pulls helmet off, slips goggles off. Setting there is fairly, this time the winner was a just fairly short Chiss, like she's maybe only 5 foot tall, with like what would be shoulder length hair, probably pulled up in a ponytail. Heavy like leather, like gang style jacket on, but with something emblazoned on the back, maybe something for her. And it just pops up, and she does it again, folks.
All right.
Looking at her throughout the thing, she probably ran a good few people off the road.
Okay.
Crashed a good few of them.
Okay, before the crowd goes, let's go have a chat with the actual registration person.
All right, heading back out and getting in line for that.
Idle animation, go.
Idle animation, restart. This one takes a bit longer, just due to the situation. But getting in line, waiting, probably like let's say 40 minutes because geez, this is a lot of people. Because here and as you get closer, there's a lot of people getting ready for tomorrow, and they're trying to bet on people. Or maybe obtain tickets, but soon enough you guys will get up there, and this time just a female Zabrak there sitting, again kind of cheaply dressed, not terribly much. This one's a lot better than the one at the Coliseum though.
Okay.
Walking up and it's like, yes, what can I do for you today?
Hi, are you who do we talk to register to perform in a race?
That is the one. Yes, we can get you signed right up. Who are you signing up?
I recognize that
And
it's a bit short notice.
She's shuffling through stuff.
Yeah. I recognize it's a bit short notice. Are there some sort of qualifiers for the pod race thing coming up?
Stops. Put something back. No, there's not really much qualifiers. They're just getting going. We have a few empty spots left for last minutes, but you will have to sign a few things of. Well, it's a very dangerous obstacle with this, especially given the track.
Yeah.
So you must be aware of the risks to yourself before taking it on.
Pod racing's
But
not
understand
the
that we are
safest
in
of sports.
no. Yep, and it says, but understand we are in no way liable for any injuries, deaths, or accidents that may occur.
Racer supplied by you guys, so it's all relatively even footing.
And this one, as we're just getting going, there are a few there. You can bring your own, but there are, I guess, a few stock ones if you really need to. You can pay for a rental for the day.
Okay.
An extra fee on that.
Is there any chance between now and then to be able to test out the actual equipment?
I'm just gonna say make a persuasion roll on this,
Okay.
just so we see how this goes. Because you are asking to interact with equipment.
Persuasion check. 26.
Well, we're not really supposed to let you involved with it, but I suppose with a bit, convincing, shall we say, we could get you down to take a look, although we would have to have somebody with you at the time.
I just didn't want to sign up to race a racer that I hadn't touched before. It seems ill-advised.
Well, what are you willing to offer to persuade here? We may be able to get you down to see.
Well, what is your... What are you asking for?
I say for 300, I'll let you go down to examine and maybe do a quick loop later tonight.
That's fine.
Well, in that case, we can fill out your registration here, though, if you wish, and we can... Or we can sort it later tonight, but, how would you like to go about it?
Well, as part
The
of...
line's getting impatient behind you guys.
Well, they're fine. I've already paid money. They can wait now. Fuck them.
Yeah.
As part of this, my group and I are going to be finding accommodations anywhere you would suggest.
Well, might as well keep you comfortable. Just off the main road, going off down to the side. We'll find just mediocre, what is it? Sorry, medium-sized building. It's just called the Hangover. Sounds bad, looks rough on the outside, much better than it would seem, and a lot more reasonably priced than the main strip.
Thank you for the information. If you would like to send something to that area, once we have our accommodation set up, I'll come along and we'll get the other thing taken care of whenever it's most convenient.
I'll make sure to send you a message for later tonight. Until then.
Yep.
Alright, heading off, getting out of the way. What you guys doing now?
Going that way.
Alright. Getting to the main strip, taking a turn off. It's decently easy to see. I'm gonna make you guys roll on this one.
Get lost again, because fuck you.
It does, as you warned on the outside, look fairly ramshackle, but getting inside, it's a lot nicer on the inside than it does on the outside. Just, again, like with outside, a variety of races walking around. Walking up to the counter, sitting behind the, what's the word? Counter is what is it? Keldor? Very odd looking person. Looks very more aquatic based, gills, nicely dressed, has a breathing apparatus on.
Okay.
When it speaks, it's kind of distorted. I can't do distorted very well because of the apparatus. And just, and what can I do for you today?
How many rooms do we think we want to have? Toward the group.
Are we sleeping alone or in pairs?
Well, alone is going to be the most expensive option.
So she's just going to put her arm through Chani's arm. Bunkmates.
Alright. Okay. I'm assuming that you have single person rooms and multiple person suites, right?
Of course.
Yes. So how many are willing to bunk with someone?
I'll do it with someone. I don't take up much room.
That's fair.
I don't think the droid needs it.
I take up much room, but also have no care of who is in the same room.
You don't sleep.
The three of them
have-
can have their own room. You two ladies can take your room, and I'll take one by myself.
Okay, so one room for Tenu, Billy, Nima, one for T-Lock, and another 2 room for her and I.
Would you like singles or doubles?
2 doubles
not
and a
sure.
single.
2 doubles and a single. All right. That will bring your total to 180 credits for the night.
Alright. And if we were to rent for, say, 5 days, would there be a discount?
For 5 days, I believe we can work out a discount for you to keep you here, of course. For 5 days, shall we say? Let's see. I'll get down to that. Sorry, Matt is doing quick mental math.
I'm assuming less than 900.
It will be less than 900, probably. Shall we say 700 for the week? For the 5 days, of course, I mean.
Does that seem okay with everybody?
He'll put T-Lock will put the 700 credits down and go, yeah, it's good enough.
Alright.
Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful stay, and do not forget we have the bar to the side and the eating area to the other, along with a small lounge out front.
We get our room keys and we go investigate the hotel rooms.
Yep, that's what he'll hand over room keys after that bit, and you guys are free to go up. You are on the same floor and same hallway, but you guys aren't next to each other.
I do believe my room is down here. If you have need of me,
But who
contact
gets the
me in
love
some
room
way.
this night?
That's easy enough.
Okay.
And he just walks to his room.
Okay. Open it up. It's a fairly nice, reasonable room. It's nothing overly fancy, but it's definitely comfortable.
I will say this also. I did grab the thing out of the
Oh,
room.
okay. Okay. Duly noted.
Because that was the last day of renting it.
We'll get your thing taken care of after this.
I'll be right back. I gotta run down to the store.
Alright.
Well, as we seem to be are we going into the night to rest? Or are you guys exploring the hotel some more?
Go into the area, check out the rooms, probably increase the security system just a little bit.
All right. It's just an electronic lock for the key card.
See if she can't whip up some little specialized transponder thing on her key card that opens with a, and then link it to the little door knob.
Make a slicer's kit check, because you're technically hacking in and making your own path.
Yep. But I have a feeling that a 32 is going to be better than whatever these door locks are.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. You can lock it down. Now, do you want it to be just yours or just people in the group?
If she can manage to do it for the other 2 rooms.
With the 32, I'll let it happen.
And then,
Just might want to maybe remember fix this before you leave.
and until then, do not disturb sign. Doorknob.
Okay. Easy enough.
That should stop the mage from going, why isn't my key working?
Hopefully. Anything else, or are we going into the night? Anybody going down anywhere, doing anything?
If I get called away.
Yeah, unless T-Lock gets summoned for anything, he's going to be studying the gym and then going to bed.
It is debatable to go look for armsmiths, but that can be
This
done
the new area you guys just walked into, to be fair, is what you can tell is Billy. Just seems like a gambling entertainment strip rather than that. But you could walk to the other areas.
Oh, do we make this an adventure? Thaddeus, you want to make this an adventure?
And go looking for weapons?
Yes.
This sounds alright to me.
We have a group of 3, a group of 2, and a group of 1. Whatever
Group of
happens from
three
this
all
point.
want to go find weapons and explosives.
Tinu walked in and hit the sack pretty quick.
This is fair.
Hey, Nima. You want to go look for some weapons, partner?
I won't be
believe
going
they,
too long, but I'll probably end up going with Billy.
Well, you can find
can
them
hide
whenever you
under-
get back, because you're running to the store.
He can hide under the hat.
I made sure your room is nice and
For
secure.
for the moment, I'm just gonna have him asleep already. He ate a pretty hefty meal. Food coma's hitting really hard right now.
Matt, do you plan on calling Chani over to the other area, or can I walk away for a moment?
That'll be happening later tonight, but they're apparently going to search for a weapon shop before that happens.
Alright, have an adventure. I'll be back.
We can call a quick break, actually, I'm gonna say, before we start with that, with everybody taking off.
Alright then, sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm-
This is everybody needed a moment. Let's just take a quick break.
Pow.
I'm just looking at grenades in the loot section.
Pause.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This one.
Well, that'll give me a few minutes to prepare for that shit.
That's wrong. This one.
Back within 10 minutes.
Alright, sounds good.
Trying to find the flamethrowers. There's no
Chemical sprayer?
flamethrowers. There's
Yeah,
that.
vapor
Vapor
projector or
projector.
chemical sprayer.
Yeah, there's that, which James suggested just have a different element, which I might have to look
And,
at. Either plants.
Since it's the break, I can answer this a bit more thoroughly there. For Thaddeus, that ability, it does not lose its damage. It's just when you deal slashing damage once per turn, you can apply that effect.
I just don't understand why that works like that.
Because they gave
I mean,
something
they
to
have
try
similar
and
wording.
boost.
Like Sentinel, for example, also has similar wording. When you hit with an opportunity attack, you can
Yeah.
reduce the damages or their
Yeah,
to
that's
zero.
why.
Why
Yeah,
does it not
the
lose
Sentinel.
opportunity attack damage?
Because it doesn't. It doesn't. It's just because you're hitting with an attack. It's a side effect that comes tacked on to you hitting.
Because the words instead
This is a
of are
side
not on
effect.
there.
Yeah, it's
is
saying when you
actually-
hit with an attack, you get this. It's not saying
Yes.
when you get an attack, you lose this to get this. That's what I'm saying. You don't lose anything.
That's why I don't understand why you lose the help action with Lore Master. Because it says when you take the help action to help someone, you get this DC that you must beat.
To be fair, Lore Master is part of a extra homebrew system. I will take a look at Lore Master if it's that much of a concern, but from what I had read, it's a whole action in and of itself.
Can you attach landmines to people forcefully?
No.
I'm just
Maybe.
trying to understand this thought process and whether it's should concern any other feats I take in the future.
Currently, with
effect
how
size.
Lore Master
Huh!
works,
No,
how-
this has already changed again since you first got it.
What has?
The Lore Master feat has changed. Because before it had the words instead. That's why I had put that bit on for you guys.
Hmm.
Now it's just trying to stack it on.
Right, I'm using the the website, so I
Yeah,
get
no, I
updates.
understand. The website keeps changing as it updates because I have to use it too. It's just earlier when I had checked, it had used the words instead of.
I am a lore master, and it did use the words instead of.
So they changed it again to just stack it on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that noted for the future.
I'm sorry for making a deal out of this. It just I was trying to understand the wording and whether anything else was affected
I'm
by
trying to
this.
figure out how that, like, how the lore master check affects all the other checks. I thought it was specifically for lore stuff too. I guess it's not.
No, it's
Hey,
no lore master
for
is just
everything.
a check for giving a bonus to someone else's. Because how it was worded
In
before
everything.
is I make a lore check that I am damn near guaranteed to pass, and then I get to add a bonus to their thing, and that stacks with someone else possibly giving
Yeah.
them the help action, which also stacks with inspiration, which also
Yeah,
stacks
like
with
that's what I'm
so on
saying.
and
It
so
was a
forth.
different before. It wasn't a help action. It was a different action from the help. That's what the big thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, with the instead of, it made it a slightly different action. So the advantage in that could stack as long as there was one person per each. Now it's just when it gave you whoever gives advantage and has this feat can add it.
Which means it's less of a thing now, in my opinion.
I mean, it's just hey, look, I gave him help. Do I want to make a check to give him a bonus?
Whereas before it was, I make a check to give him a bonus, they give him advantage, and they give him fucking inspiration.
I'll keep that in mind for the future. You guys can do that.
But as for the vapor cannon, or the vapor projector, it uses specialized projector canisters that deal corrosive damage, cryo damage, incendiary damage, or better corrosive damage. Because there's two different types of corrosive damage, and two different types of pyro and cryo. But the best projector tank does a line that's 15 foot long and 5 foot wide, or a 15-foot cone of fire damage.
I'm not gonna lie, James. I only heard part of that because I was looking at fragmentation charges,
Fair
and you were
enough.
talking about something else before you were talking about that had nothing to do with me.
That's fair enough. It's just the projector, the vapor projector is a 3-in-1 flamethrower. It's corrosive,
Okay.
cryo, and incendiary. Because you can either do a 15-foot long line that is 5 foot wide and 15 foot long, or you can do a 15-foot cone that does fire damage. It's deck save and 2d8 fire damage. Or you
What's
can do
the
cryo, and it's con save or 2d4 cold damage and gains a level of slow.
What's the DC?
14.
Oh.
Now I'm sure with everything it can be upgraded. Because those are just, again, the base level stuff
Yeah.
you can buy. That's just the adventuring gear ammunition. If you go into the enhanced items ammunition, I'm sure there's a lot more.
Is that what you're looking for?
I was looking at flamethrowers and stuff, yes. At the moment, I'm looking at grenades and explosives.
I mean, the most common black market grenade is going to be a thermal detonator. If we're completely honest, that's going to be the most common.
I'm just looking at ones of different types.
Shit. Well, you guys got in after Chinese look for searching for places holds true.
I mean, it's fine.
Although I
guessing-
wasn't expecting I want to buy your shirt.
And I'm guessing that I haven't found or seen anything at all that has to do with 4C stuff.
At this point, you've passed people that have it, but not a lot for items.
Yeah.
Even in the black market, not exactly a common thing.
Fair enough.
So long as he hasn't found any instances of, oh shit, that shouldn't be here. Or, oh shit, we shouldn't be here.
I mean,
Define, oh shit, we shouldn't be here.
I mean,
Wow,
I'm fairly
that's a
certain
horrific
like
evil cloud right there. It's gonna eat us. Run away.
I'm fairly certain like 75 to 80% of the people in here are just glowing red. It's just red.
More
So-
yellow than red.
Yellow is fine. Yellow is somewhat neutral.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. More yellow stuff than actual red stuff,
Like, he's
but
actually a
decent
lot
bit
more-
red.
He's actually way more comfortable with yellow than he is blue, even.
Yep. I'm just letting you guys know. It's not a lot of like inherently I'm evil, or well, evil's not the right term, but I'm dark side in this. A lot of it's just I'm a person.
Well, red would just show as that they're a bad or more bad person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why there's a lot of yellow. It's just people here to be here.
Fair enough.
That's how the galaxy works and set up. A lot of the criminals and stuff aren't necessarily like bad or evil people. They're just necessity crimes.
From how I understand how it works, if you killed a dude, you're gonna have a lot of red in your thing. So I have a lot of red in mine, apparently.
There's differences between self-defense and murder.
And differences between forced or have to do this to do something like to live or
Yeah.
do something like that, and then I
Yeah.
just want to kill somebody.
Like, there's 2 Wookiees down there.
Yeah. I mean, the other pit fighters may still be alive.
Now someone like the Dathomirians. Yeah, I
90%
can definitely see
90% of them are red.
I
90% of
I
them
say
are
I
red. There's
yeah,
no fucking
so I de-
question.
yeah, so I definitely see T-Lock having a lot of red with his yellow.
Because it is important to note that dark side does not necessarily mean evil.
Yeah, my alignment technically is balanced neutral.
Mhm.
But
However, Reds are more inherently towards that.
yep. There is probably a lot of red swirling around in my yellow.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
really bad to say out loud.
Yup.
See
It's
ya,
a little fucky, isn't it?
See a doctor? Yeah. Then again, that's not supposed to be yellow to begin with, let alone the red there.
Oh, the flechettes are pretty. The flechettes are pretty good. Only 3
The
rounds.
the flechette cannon is
thing.
also pretty good. I personally recommend the vapor cannon, the BKG, or the flechette cannon because you already have the
Rotary.
Rotary cannon. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the. I'm just looking for things with AOE's and explosives, etc. like that.
The BKG does, and the AOE still has the disintegrate property on the BKG.
What is it with this song?
I'm al-
Sorry.
I'm also looking at things for
Same one.
like things like grenades or
Okay.
explosives to just be like, you know what, fuck it, we need a hole in the wall now.
Remember, the adventuring gear stuff that has the grenades and whatnot isn't where all the grenades are, because there are
I know.
legendary grenades.
I know.
that are
I'm
artifact quality crap.
I know most of them for the grenades and stuff, they've been moved over to that category. So you have like grenade, corrosive, and then average, and then all the way up to artifact.
Oh yeah. Like
What is-
like I had to look up, if I can find the fucking page again. I had to look up the devastating fucking thermal detonator the other day, and it's fucky. It's fucked.
Oh, well, the artifact corrosive grenade. If you fail a DC 13 check, you just die.
Yeah.
If you get to 0. Oh, wait, no, that's the disintegration property at 0. A 12d8 still.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yes,
I
fuck.
can't fucking find it right now, but I have a little card. There they are.
There's the cryo grenades.
Thermal detonator devastating. I said it's priced at a little over 10,000 credits. You have to make a DC 24 deck save or take 12d6 fire and 12d10 kinetic.
I'm in the G section right now.
Yeah. That's a lot though.
Yeah, all the grenades get up there. Just whatever type.
And then you're knocked prone and it's a stupid high save and it's just ow. There's a lot of ow. Please stop that with all of that ow.
Very big explosion.
Thermal detonators are a fucking nuke, so yeah. They are a thermonuclear device.
Unless you're Han Solo just chucking the bitches around.
Which is fucking weird
not
to me. but
sure.
Whatever. You're not sure of what?
I'm talking to myself. I'm doing stuff
Mm,
while I'm on break.
I mean, I can help.
Seriously,
Nah,
there's
not on this one.
Just knock someone prone and then plant a landmine on them since they are a flat surface.
That's why I said. That's why I would have said no. You can't put a landmine on someone because no one's ever going to be a flat surface.
I mean, if you knock them over onto their stomach, you can put it on their back.
But
A lot of
it's-
chests would be flat enough to like just shove it under a shirt and slam it in them.
Yeah.
If you have something like Stormtrooper armor, that's got a lot of. I'll say that's got a decent.
But at the
enough
same time-
area there.
At the same time, with the landmine, isn't it like activated if you have to step over it or on it or some shit?
That's when you have someone shoot the landmine at a
Yeah, I
later
was about
time.
to say.
Side note for you, James, looking at it, thermal detonators are not thermonuclear, they're thermal explosive. There's a big difference.
Uh,
I believe he
The
was
way I'm
saying
looking at it,
nuclear
I'm-
because of the damage.
the way I read it on like the lore stuff, like in the actual lore area, not in this, is that they were thermonuclear devices.
I'm looking at different sites right now to check and make sure they're not thermonuclear, they're thermal explosives. It's a lot different though.
Yeah.
The thermal.
Because if they were
the thermal detonator-
thermonuclear, you couldn't use any of them because holding it on you would be fucking radiation poisoning.
Unless they were lead line.
No, lead doesn't stop it. Lead slows it. Lead doesn't fully stop it, especially if you want to keep it within a palmable size. Future tech is there, yes, but it still wouldn't be something you could just carry.
Yeah, it's more of it's just a C4 charge. That's what
It's a high-end thermal
if you
explosive,
look at
yes. Is it fucky? Absolutely.
I don't know, if you look at the proton torpedoes that are in Star Trek, the fucking things in them should kill us. if we
Yeah,
get near
but
them.
that's Star Trek. Different science they have.
Hey. There's a lot of shit in Star Wars that's the same way. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm
but different science hits
fragmentation.
there at different points, so we kind of got to separate.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that bit, because if you guys are using thermonuclear, you're just irradiating areas where people can't go for a long time now.
like Kashyyyk.
Yeah, like half of Kashyyyk.
Maybe we should hold a one-shot for that at some point.
Well, if I ever need to have a one-shot thing, we could do that, or you could do it.
The three bombs drops. Except they didn't drop; they were already there.
Yeah, it's just it's just a really, really high-end explosive. But I went to check a bunch of different places to make sure it wasn't just one being fucky. Thought I would do
God
that,
damn it.
'cause I've been pretty inherent on nobody having the
Stop
nuclear
with
bits.
that song.
Well, Eric, what's going on?
It's played the same song 5 times now.
What song?
It's a beachfront song. So it's really loud. There's like xylophone-esque stuff playing.
Just get a loop of "Take on Me" with no lyrics.
Can't.
Let's just acapella "Take on Me" with
Can't.
no lyrics.
They'll still hit you for it.
We just need to be
Yeah.
real off a lot at a time.
Dun 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 dun.
That
dun,
is useful
dun,
shit.
dun 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 dun.
Stop it.
You get like 10 seconds.
Actually, no, you get like 3.
I'm sorry if they recognize what I just did. I think they need to.
Chill the
I think
fuck
there's
out?
some-
Yeah, you're right. They should chill the fuck out.
I think there's some major issues if they recognize what I just did as "Take on Me."
But that's the point. They recognize a lot of things as a lot of different things that they shouldn't really recognize it as.
What was it? I was trying to remember what it is. Somebody was humming like the bass to a rock song, and they copyrighted them for singing one of the pop songs that had just came out.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
their
just
fault for
like,
all
what?
using the same 3 melodies.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is like an old rock song because I remember it. And then, all right, this pop song came out. You're getting flagged for it.
What if you just scatbox?
I'm afraid they would find something. Man, I wish we had Medina's number.
I have it.
Could check
It's
with
on
him
my
on an
phone
update
number.
on how things. Yeah, just check an update on how things are going with him.
Okay, so this is weird. The flechette cannon has a reload of 5, but all the flechettes say they have 3 uses.
Higher ones have more uses, and then there's 2 options that some consume less.
From what I looked at, for the just the standard flechettes, just like all of them, they say they get 3 uses. I think they might have updated the flechettes without updating the flechette cannon.
It also could be that they get 3 uses of 5.
There could also it could also be that where it's just
Because
where
2
if you
credits per 1 slug
yeah,
is a lot.
better than our bullet economy in
Loud,
some
don't do
cases.
I'm sorry, you're making fucking custom bullets. Oh, you mean the actual real life one right now?
I can't shoot my guns because ammo's expensive.
Single flechette clip holds enough ammunition for 3 attacks or 1 attack on a long line. Yeah, that's the thing. They just might not have updated the cannon.
Well, I mean, could have just been a typo of instead of hitting reload 3, they meant reload. They hit 5.
Yeah, because I mean, the reload seems to be based off the flechette ammo, not the gun.
It also
Is
says
that something else you're looking at?
Yes. It also says it can have different ammunition types loaded, which would imply that. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that just means that when
multiple clips.
Either that, or I guess that just means when you buy like the flechettes, they just come like 3 shells per thing, so you could just be like, I'm a load of cryo and a fire and a normal.
Let's see.
I think it's probably a case of they need to update the flechette cannon on the weapons page.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, Medina's back. Yeah, Medina's back.
Yeah, so it won't be too long.
Oh shit. I think you can have multiple clips loaded, that way you can just tank off of the big ones. But this is an arm
Yeah,
launcher.
Judge Dredd.
But this is an arm launcher, what the hell?
What, Medina?
It's like the gun from Judge Dredd.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from for what.
Oh, you said it can change round. The gun from Judge Dredd has multiple different ammunition out of it.
There's a lot of things that have that, and you went straight to Judge Dredd.
I respect
Well,
Yeah?
yeah, it's the Lawbringer. I fucking love that gun. If anybody else touches it, it either explodes on them or zaps them. Each Lawbringer is dedicated to one judge. Well, I think other judges can use it, but civilian or anybody else pick it up, it just explodes. You melt it.
Flechette is not an arm launcher. That's what that looks like.
I'll say flechettes in real life.
Yeah,
just
the way it's
a
built, it looks
special
like you
shot.
have... Yeah, the way it built, it looks like it means it can hold multiple clips at once. And you just rotate
say
between
flechette.
each one gets expended.
Flechettes in real life are just a shotgun round that fires it instead of metal balls.
It's
it
long
just
metal
fires
strips.
metal spikes, and shards.
Are those illegal right now?
I
They sound
do not-
vaguely illegal.
I don't know the
What,
status
the
of
flechette stuff?
rounds per gun.
Yeah.
Flechette stuff is standardly illegal because it causes.
That's what that's
causes
what I was
wounds that
thinking.
Can't be healed.
Yeah, I was just like going through my head. I'm like, that sounds vaguely illegal right now to me.
Sounds like it's against
Because-
the Geneva Convention.
It might be. We're real good at following that. Mine flips back to shotguns of slam fire in trenches. But I think a lot of
Listen
people
here.
violated a lot of treaties there.
No, the treaties didn't happen yet.
I'm pretty sure they still violated a lot of treaties that were already in place then.
Listen, we're in the black market now. It's just the Geneva suggestion.
No, you're in Star Wars. The Geneva Convention never happened.
I can see.
What are they gonna do? Call the police? I am the police. Just pulls out badge and starts beating someone with it.
Well, I
Improvised
think we're all
weapon.
back. Is everybody ready to get going?
Yeah, I'm good.
am.
Am I waking up and meeting up with them?
Well, they haven't done anything yet. We took a break.
Oh, okay.
Remove my unbreak sign. We go again.
It seems like.
All right then. Sign removed. Get to it.
God, a 3600 range torpedo launcher sounds beautiful.
Compose thyself.
I am. I'm trying. So, heading back from break, it's where you guys have all got in your room. Chani made a quick spick is currently working at your door for some reason. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, we're doing like we said before break. We're going weapon hunting.
Going weapon hunting, are you? Well, in this area, different area, where are you going?
Different area. You said this was clearly
Or the
not made for
entertainment
that.
section, you know.
Yep. So let's just look
As you
around.
guys start wandering the sectors, I'll let you guys make an investigation check.
Investigation. Let's see.
Do not do as I do.
I'll give him advantage with the help action.
I rolled a natural 20 on my
Oh,
first
look at
roll.
that. Aren't you fat?
So, natural 20 plus, how much is this?
Hell yeah, we're going to the arms market.
29.
Matt?
Smack on.
Max, communicate. Oh, shit.
Two of them.
That or she's muted.
We didn't actually check if Max was back. We're there.
Well, I think that Matt would know.
Yeah, I might. I just might be able to know.
Well, we have
To
Matt.
answer your question, though, you said something. I think she took a small nap while break was up.
Power
Brain temporary shutdown. Understandable.
They rolled a 29 to find things.
Yep. 29 to find things. Is that a natural for you or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
It was a natural.
Okay. So, starting off, you guys go back to where you were before. Going through there, you find a couple here and there, but nothing that really catches your eye too much, right? It's mostly stuff you guys have already had or you can get elsewhere. It's just for a little bit of variety here. You take off from an area, it's different bit of the sector seems more mercantile in nature. And you stop in one store. It's like a big store. It looks very... it looks definitely like it's one of the larger ones here. It has all this, and you walk in and you just... doesn't seem to have a lot of what you want. Start wandering again. Taking a look around. Find one... very, very small shop. Slotted almost, you just almost miss it completely. Just at the top, as you go to walk in, it just says Duran's Arsenal. Walking in, cramped, tiny area. Not really much of anything on there. Besides behind the counter sits a very bored-looking Duros. Probably
Howdy,
half
partner.
asleep in his chair.
Howdy,
As you
partner.
walk in, say hello, he stops, looks up, stretches some as he starts to get up, stands up, he goes, all right. Howdy to you two. So what can I do you for?
Well, I'm looking to expand my arsenal or upgrade what I currently have. And he'll give just a little to the rotary cannon.
You just walk around with that in hand. You know it has like a thing to sling and holster on your back, right?
No, I carry it. I carry it most of the time in just one hand.
It's good to know because now you're like automatically hostile to other people.
No, not like at the ready, but just like.
Well, no, you're still walking around swinging a very obvious heavy piece of weaponry in hand still. It just kind of gives off that air, is all I'm saying.
It should be noted I don't actually have any visible weapons on me.
You've told me a couple times.
I don't know why. I don't know why I kind of pictured. Yeah. I never really pictured that it had like the back storage area being a rotary cannon.
Yeah, your size, a lot of things can be slotted and stored on a harness in the back or something.
Then I'll have it stored on the back and just reach around and give it a little verb.
Okay. Alright. Well, I got a few things I could dig up, but is there anything you might be looking for?
What all explosive and explosive launchers or other such devices, if that means.
Explosives and explosive launchers, huh? You'll sit there and ponder just for a brief moment.
You know, like if I need to blow a hole in a wall for a quick getaway. Or blow a hole in someone because they're trying to get away.
Well, I got something for holes in the wall and something a bit different for people. What are you looking for more? Or, yes, you could have both.
Situation dictates that. People preferably, though.
People, huh? Well, you mentioned explosives and a way to launch them explosives. Correct. So, have a number of decent quality explosives we can have, and then some of them can be rather outfitted for a launcher. I believe I have one of those in stock.
Now, I'm not picky for the ammunition type, so whatever you got there can be negotiated.
The most plentiful I have is standards. Fragmentation and the like.
But you do have some of the others, though.
Might have a few, but they're a bit more pricey. Do keep in mind.
We'll see where things go.
Alright. So which bit are you wanting to look at first? Because you haven't really answered much of them. You kind of just keep saying, yeah, that's nice, maybe.
Well, you haven't listed a price. That's kind of what I was waiting for, but I'm also debating.
Right.
I have a rather good throwing arm. So if it's something that I can simply press a button or activate it somehow and then throw it, I might not need a launcher. But a launcher provides more distance than I can throw.
Launcher will get you some.
Now, if we're
300, 350 out.
Now, if we're talking a rocket, I don't think I can throw those. I mean, I can, but I don't think they'll actually go off.
Now, I might be able to get a rocket one. That might take some time, but I was more referring to a launcher, grenade launcher on this one.
Okay, well, we've clarified that part. Carry on. So how much are we looking at for a grenade launcher and more standard
The
grenade
launcher sits around. This one sits around 1,000.
All right. And what are the grenades sitting around? The standard for a baseline.
Yeah, give me just a second. This is Matt because I have to flip between a bunch of different prices. Grenade.
Just come into a random store. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Do you have mortars?
Do I have mortars? All right. So the ammo on a grenade is about 100 for a fragmentation grenade per standard.
And some of the other ones that you have, if you have any in stock here at the moment.
Well, I got a couple basic for energy. They're about the same. Only got 3 of the more unique ones for this.
All right.
Now, keep in mind with them being more unique, a bit higher price, and don't gouge me. I'm not trying to gouge on this, but it is a bit rough.
How rough we talking?
Decently. So, first one is, well, like a better term, it's a gas grenade. Shoot it, sets up a fog. It's pretty unhealthy to stay in there. It's about 350.
Now, would it be poison or corrosive acid?
This one's a bit more of a toxin, so poison probably.
So, a folk like me that's a droid could just shoot it at the ground at my feet if need be. And be fine.
I can't say I've ever had to use it on a droid. It just didn't seem very logical to me. But I guess it should. But next one you did have mentioned already is a corrosive one. This one's of the more acidic type. That one's about 300.
And the last one?
Last one is a cryo. It's also about 300.
I'll take a launcher, all 3 of those, and 5. I'll say 5 of each for the standard and ion.
Ion or energy?
Oh.
I was referring to energy. I don't actually think I have many ions. I don't normally have people coming in to look and go, hey, look, I got to deal with the droid. Usually I just get most of the other stuff for multi-purpose use.
Do you have any ions?
How long are you going to be in the round?
About a
You
week.
give me about a day and a half. I probably could get you a couple ion. But I'd have to give you a price when that came around. Depending on how hard they are to get, of course.
That'll be fine. Then I'll take 5 fragmentation, 3 energy, and the 3 special ones, and a launcher.
5 frag. Hold on, Matt's got to do math now.
Yes. And we may try to haggle.
1,800.
And we may try to haggle this whole thing.
6, 24, 27. That brings it to 2,750.
Alright, now keep that number set aside. Do you have anything potentially for this? The rotary cannon.
Jesus.
Matt, do you need me to take some notes?
I'm taking them as we go.
Alright. It's just they're dropping math on you, man.
I know, I'm just writing shit as I go. Do you mind if I take a look? Because that looks pretty high quality.
It is. It's my baby. And I'll detach it and just... is it safe to set this on the counter? I don't know how much this will take.
It should hold.
Okay, and I'll just gently set it down as to not damage his counter. Desk,
He's
skeleton,
gonna
whatever that
start.
thing is.
Gotta take a minute, look it over, click it a couple times. Now, I don't have much to upgrade this. You've already pushed this pretty far. I might have a generator for it in the back, though.
I have a few generators myself, so unless it's a
It's
special
got
kind of generator.
a bit extra to it.
Now I'm intrigued.
Ow, that was my foot.
Do not drop the rotary cannon on your foot.
That was Matt, not him. He's better. So this one, well, adds a bit of a, shall we say, a spark to it. A lot more shocking to get hit with this one.
And how much are we talking on that?
This one's gonna be a pretty rough one, though. It's a decent one. Hold on, Matt's bringing some up to make sure he has prices right. Jesus Christ.
Ba-da-ba-da.
You guys have to ask for the hard stuff. Vance. This one's on its own is probably about 2,000.
Add
It's
it on.
pretty rare. I have Jesus Christ. Okay.
Matt, if you're gonna make me,
Generator.
Matt, if you're gonna make me fight my brobots, I need to be prepared.
I know. That one's 2,000. All right, big spender today. I understand. Yeah, you look like you can carry it. That's okay. Jam. Well, I don't have a lot extra I can do here. You've gotten a lot of the more rare things. I can get a lot of stuff, though.
Well,
What else are you looking at? I guess for the
Well-
rest of you, because there's a lot of you in here, and nobody but you said much.
I think he's just being polite and waiting for me to finish.
It would be rude if I talked over him.
Thank you,
After
Parker.
all.
So, let's see, what else we got here? Okay, can't do anything for this, but you can get me... Okay, so we got a battery, a lot of grenades, a launcher. I think that... some of those ion grenades, that'd be... Is there any
That'll
chance
come
you
up when we get them, though, because like I said, I don't want to
Yep. Nope,
give you a price until I know the acquiring problems.
Understandable. Now, this one may be harder to acquire since this was rare. Could I potentially get an ion battery? Or is that
Or
above the
Your
rotary cannon? Yes.
rotary cannon.
Or if that's above what you can get, I understand. It is not a common commodity.
It's pretty rare. Not a lot of people walk around with those things. I don't think I have one I can get nearby, unfortunately. Not with any reasonable amount of time.
Alright. Anything we can do about the price with all this?
You spend a hefty amount today.
Friend here might sweeten that even more.
He might if you guys are all big spenders like him, definitely. I can cut it down from $47.50 and round it off to about $4,500 instead.
I'm liking it. Alright, you're up, buddy.
Is this everything you wanted to get?
For now.
No.
Oh, well.
You say everything like that was not a lot. I'm gonna stop asking questions. That's probably for the best.
Got a flamethrower?
Do I have a
Oh shit!
flamethrower?
Matt just choked on pizza because I thought you were done.
He's got 15 flamethrowers.
You know what? I think I can get a flamethrower.
Alrighty, what are we looking at price-wise on that?
I think that flamethrower would probably bring you about 1,500 because it's a rare piece. 1,500, and if you pay 1,000, I could probably get a tank or two. An extra 500, round that up to the nearest 1,000. 2,000, I could probably get you a tank or two.
Alrighty, I'll come back here in a few days when that's ready to pick up.
Say, come back when you go to get that ion one. Those ion grenades, I had probably 2 days for that, and I should be able to. Anywhere I can send a message to let you know when it's ready, or do you just want to show back up?
I'll just show back up.
Sounds good.
Well, I've had a fun shopping experience so far. Do I have to be ducked down in this place to actually fit?
Through the door, yeah. Right now, you're just barely below. You take your hat off, and you'll be okay.
Take my hat off inside like a southern gentleman should.
Tennu pop out of the hat.
Is what?
Does Tennu pop out of the hat?
I think we agreed
No,
he'd
he
just
walked
be
with.
scuttling in later.
You walk
No, he just walked with. No, you guys didn't take
Yeah.
off. We called the break before that, so he's just been with you guys.
Hey, Matt.
Hmm.
I want to buy a gun called Sparkles.
You just went for a specific legendary item, sir.
Actually, it's a premium weapon.
You know what? It's a unique
It's also-
weapon. It might be more harder to get. That's
It's
very
also
like a specific, not a model.
I also can't use guns.
Yep. I won't put it past you. Anyways, in the sake of this, as I didn't realize that much time. All right, how about you lay out what you want? I'll tell you what I have.
I'll gesture to them.
I'll gesture to Tennu.
You don't want to buy anything.
I will. I'm just options.
Let him
Remember,
take his
Thaddeus,
pick.
you're a weapon master. There's not a lot of things you don't know about.
There's not a lot of things I don't know about.
I'll already give you guys the heads up. Your friend here pretty well cleaned a lot of my on stock out. Of my rare items, I got a lot more of the common stuff, but
See, but now that we have these, you can make them better.
Got any explosive sniper rounds?
I'm yeah, no, I got two.
How much?
I'll say about 150 each.
I'll take
They
them.
are not easy to come by. They are not easy to make.
300 credits. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yep.
Just load.
Anything else, or are you guys wrapping up your purchases for the day?
I guess that just leaves me. Okay. Would you happen to have any weapon set deal more do more elemental effects? Or something you can mount on your person?
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot more. They've got most of what I have in stock.
See.
Yeah, if you want to pay for acquisitions, that's a bit different.
When
But that would take time and be a bit.
when he says that you could
how do
mount
you
on
need-
something, Billy's head just raises a bit.
You say this would take time. How much time do you assuming it would take.
Well, I don't know. I don't know specifics of anything, and I'd have to do some looking to see. His was a lot simpler, so I have an idea of where I can get a hold of some. But elemental, more so, depends on what you're looking for.
Ah, yes, the simple, humble flamethrower.
To be fair, let's look at flamethrowers in this fucking world. It's a lot easier than some of them.
A flamethrower is one of the simplest weapons to make.
Exactly.
You just don't see it used that often.
Anyways, what you doing?
I don't know how to describe this. I'm trying
Well,
to
it's a
describe-
little hard for me to give you a price if you don't describe it.
Perhaps I could help from over the table. What are you trying to
Right.
describe?
Yeah, like,
I
I've
can
already done my best to
describe
help
the
him.
switch cannon, but I don't know how to describe it because I don't know
A
anything
what?
about it.
A
The
switch,
switch
cannon?
cannon.
Yeah,
Oh, the BKG?
No, not the BKG. The switch cannon.
switch cannon.
It's
That's
literally
an
called a
actual-
switch cannon.
It feels
They
like
added
you
a new
need
thing.
specific
Acid,
item.
bio,
God.
fire, and energy or something like that.
Give me
has
just
the-
like half a
Sounds like
second.
grenade launcher.
It has the switch. It does standardly D10 energy. It has a switch property. It can switch to
Nope, I'm looking at
2d4.
it right now. I got it.
Well, I mean,
It's just easier for me to read it. Then, okay. Man, you guys are going big.
should have talked to the Mandalorian acquisitioner.
That would I make no promises that I could get a hold of that, and that would take some time. You understand? That's a pretty rare piece of weaponry there.
I assumed it was. I just
It's
didn't know
also
it
a
would
very
happen.
pricey piece of weaponry, like more than anything you guys combined have bought today.
We're talking about us being big spenders.
We're talking double-digit thousands.
Those things cost almost as much as the rotary cannon at base.
Do you think they would
I
give
know,
me
I
the
look-
rotary cannon if I asked for it?
Yeah.
Nah,
This was-
that's fine.
I don't know if they just give you one. You could probably get one at a discount, but we can talk to that when we go back. I think they might have a couple spares in case mine got destroyed.
May have. Then again, I just didn't know you existed until recently. Alternatively, do you have any other type of cannon in stock at the moment?
Gonna have to be a bit more specific than just cannon. That can mean a lot of things. Some people want hand cannon, some people want what he's got, some people come to me for an actual cannon.
Something similar to what he's got, pointing at Billy. Big unruly.
You know what? Let me roll something. You know what? That's higher than that. I don't have anything exactly like that, but I got something. If you want a high rate of fire for a lot of oomph to it, I can give you something.
Sounds interesting. Do you mind describing this in more detail?
I've got. Matt's trying to bring it up. It's called a chain gun.
Standing gun?
Basically, set it up. It's a blaster. It's set to fire a lot.
It's kind of like a rotary cannon, but not as good.
It falls short a bit. Its range isn't quite as good. It's got about the stopping power.
It also does
But it
not have a
isn't-
battery, so you have to reload it.
Mm-hmm. That's the other part. You do have to reload, and but it is a damn sight easier to carry. Although I don't know if you can carry it just yet and use it well. Looking at it, he looks at you up and down. That one will cost you about 1,700.
1700 for a chain gun. Let's see.
I don't know what the Star Wars chain guns are, but I don't think it's like the real life equivalent.
Do you know
No,
the
it's a
old,
blaster.
You know the old school Battlefront 2 game?
Yeah.
The one and the Clone Wars mission where you're fighting against the Geonosians?
Uh-huh.
Remember the heavy
Okay.
trooper that has the chain gun?
Okay.
That's a chain gun.
17,000, even though I know you said 1,700.
Yeah, I was going to say goddamn no. But yay or nay?
It's 1,700.
1700.
I don't see why not.
All right, we'll add that to yours. Do you have anything else you guys need? Or are we
I think that's good for me.
ready for me to wrap up and get everything for you guys?
I have nothing else in particular.
Alright, if you guys want to pay up and give me just a moment after that, I will go gather your items. And assuming you guys all pay up, yours did drop to 4,500 with your big purchase from 4,750.
Yep.
For Billy. And then he'll
Oh, right.
go back, come back forward. He doesn't even carry it. He's just wheeling a cart forward because of so much shit. And you guys now
Understandable.
have your equipment that you paid for.
All right. Grenade launcher, 5 grenades, energy grenade, gas grenade, poison grenade, cryo grenade.
5 frag, 3 energy, and then 1 gas cryo.
Yep.
We'll get to that in a bit. Is that everything for you guys, or are you guys good for the searching?
I'm good.
Okay. So, as walking and talking. Okay, so you said something and it gave me an idea, but it's gonna have to wait till we can get you back in your workshop, I think. Now,
So,
now, what if you could potentially, when I get that flamethrower, potentially like shoulder mount it to myself, or is potentially something with this here grenade launcher and make it more of a rapid fire type function where I can just knock back several in a row. Things to think on. Destructive things. Beautiful things.
if you wish, I could embed it into you. I'll have to look at your schematics, figure out how your new body works, but
We'll talk.
that's also
We'll
a
talk with
possibility.
we'll talk with Chani and Packet about some, since they've already had some work on me.
They would probably be the best to ask. Of course, it'll be a timely endeavor.
We might have time when we get back. Might not. We'll see.
Keep it noted.
All right, heading back.
Heading back.
Heading back.
All right.
Basically dragging this new chain gun.
It is 42 pounds.
Yeah, you have to have a strength of 15 to wield it in battle properly.
Yep, I don't have that. So just basically dragging that chain gun along.
I mean, you can carry it with a little bit of effort. You don't have to drag it across the ground. You guys make it back easy enough, though. I think with Billy there, you've deterred pretty well any kind of a mugger that might occur. There is none of this. None of this Skyrim logic. If I just killed a dragon, give me all your money.
Never should have come here.
Do you see how tall my hat is? It
Do you
clearly
see how
signifies
fucking tall
my hat.
Billy is?
My hat signifies me as the top chef around here, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. You guys make it back easy enough, though. Chani's done with whatever she was doing on your door.
Is she outside or inside? Like, is she like, outside in the hallway?
If she's been done for a while, she's just sitting in her room watching space TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume she went back to her room.
I'll knock.
Okay.
Get
Johnny.
up, look over. Who is it?
It's Billy.
Okay.
I have some things for you to look at.
Okay. What is it?
She opened the door.
Yes.
Billy's just holding a grenade launcher.
Okay. That's a grenade launcher.
It is.
I have looked at it. Is there something else?
I'm also getting a flamethrower later, and some other special types of grenades.
Okay.
I just want you to put this in your head. That beautiful mind of yours. I've already brought it up with him back there. Maybe think of something that could be upgraded with these or a flamethrower in some way, shape, or form that will be useful for our cause.
Is Robert super quiet for anybody else?
A little bit.
It's about normal for me.
Okay. I'd probably have to wait until after we get on the frigate. It has a
Yep,
weapons
so-
manufactory.
I just figured it'd be back, when we got back to the ship. Or back to base.
You can probably look at it. I don't really
Just
know
think.
too much about explosive types like that, but I could probably figure something out. And between myself and Mila, I'm sure it could get built.
We got packet as well.
Packets. Good at other stuff. I don't really know about crafting in that particular area.
You might be able to integrate it some way into me, though.
That's definitely his area.
For example, to work with the targeting interface that we have on order.
We'll see. Try to remember these
Alright.
things that you're asking, and whenever we get in orbit, we'll see what we have and what we can do.
Well, I just know that you guys are smarter than me, so maybe you come up with something better than I'm asking for.
Yeah, you think in different ways. You come up with stuff I probably wouldn't.
I'm just bringing it up because this can offer a lot of utility for situations.
Think of it more as a pneumatic firing thing. Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, we can go, oh man, there's like 5 people over there. Thunk. Oh, look, they're gone. Or, hey, look, there's a wall over there. Thunk. Oh, look, the wall's gone.
I'm pretty sure that's just how grenades work at base.
Yes.
I like how utility is described as, oh look, there's a group of guys gone. That's combat, sir.
It is utility, they were in the way, and now they're not. Obstacle removal.
I mean, if you really just want pure destructive capability, build on multiple barrels for it. Utilize the same technique and stuff that Sorsha uses with her harpoon gun. Just fire a bunch of grenades all at once.
Chani, you have my interest.
We'll see what we can do later.
Oh my god.
And now they can reverse engineer the technology. I'm sorry, Matt.
It's okay. Anyways, what's happening?
Well, it's not happening yet. We've got a minute.
Oh, I meant this conversation. I'm
Okay.
talking to myself as I'm looking writing shit down.
I'll bid her adieu and leave. And go.
I literally just have one that says warning. They want multi-barreled grenade launcher.
I want everything
Remember-
over there gone.
I mean,
Remember, nothing is more powerful than love, except a Mark 32 rotary grenade launcher.
I mean, see, Matt, my shit's simple.
Nope. We'll get into it later. Sorry, we just spent a long time shop talking. Let's try to keep rolling. I don't mean to be rude and cut off, but we got time after the session.
The in-game purchases and suggestions have been made. I am satisfied.
Anything else happening, or is it a bit later we're going to now?
I mean, I did say I was studying the crystal, but
I'm just waiting to become.
Oh, yes. What? Well, are you trying to get anything else from it? You have an idea of what it does, at least.
I mean, I would like to get a little more from it, just to figure out what it is before I send it to people.
No, you did get that. You got what it did.
I mean, what the fuck is in it? Because
Oh, what
I
is
know
actually
yeah,
in
because
it?
all I know is there's something in there, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
Make a casting ability check.
Okay.
Nat 1.
You can
nat
add
1,
proficiency.
Nat 1. Nat 1.
If I
Explode
didn't
the
close
entire
down
hotel.
Are you
fucking
spiting James because James spites other people?
I just want to see what happens if he gets a Nat 1 because he's playing with a fucking bomb.
I have a bomb. I have a bigger bomb than most other bombs that we've made in this session, this campaign.
Not far off. Anyways, what'd you
Give
get?
me just a second. Yeah, I had to open back up roll 20 because it fucking closed down.
Oh, I'm interested if this is a nat 1.
Nat 1.
There are consequences.
It's pretty severe ones, I'd imagine.
So casting ability plus proficiency, so plus 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a half-hour piece of music on here. Fine, this is great.
So is the total a 10 or not?
Maybe. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
I think we should know.
Well, I mean, you cursed me, so
Is it a 1?
yes.
Incoming!
All right.
Duck.
And no one knows it's happening.
They might hear this.
My space TV just went out.
Sorsha,
Where is
what was that?
where is that? Oh dear. It's that. Consequence is that.
Mm-hmm. You wanted this.
I just wanted to go pod
Do
racing.
do do.
You
You
wanted
take
this.
42 damage as you try to do it, and the force rebounds and blows you back into the wall and wrecks your room. As you were digging into it, and you just started to dip in to find out what it was, and as soon as you dipped in, it just surged and blossomed to a honestly terrifying amount.
So I'm bloodied, but I'm immediately getting back up through my broken state, putting it underneath something and waiting for them to show up.
And I need you to make a con save.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
He's getting a bit rough with the prostitutes over there.
I passed the con save.
Yeah,
There
natural
are
20 on
only
that one.
ones and 20s.
That's a good thing. Because impacts on your force abilities.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys all just hear Capitus breaking your furniture, all just echoing down the hallway.
Speaking of echo,
Looking back at your wall, there is a U-shaped dent in the wall.
Real rough with those prostitutes. Or maybe they're getting
It's
rough
fine.
with him. Who knows?
like I said, I'm shoving it under the mattress for the moment.
We should probably knock.
You hear toot, 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 toot.
Do it again.
Oh god,
What?
Billy's doing it. It's probably dung, 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 dung.
What?
Making sure you didn't kill a hooker.
What is a hooker?
Johnny, would you like to explain this one to him?
I didn't think he was that stupid.
Sheltered life, man.
Wait,
Someone you pay for sexual services.
Why would you pay for that?
okay, so he obviously doesn't have one of those. So why are things exploding?
Force powers hurt. This is why I told you Sorsha needs training.
She hasn't exploded.
She might.
Right.
I will not.
Does that mean that you need more training?
Sorsha, you're not there.
I don't care.
Why would
I mean,
she
she might have come with Shawnee. I don't know.
Don't break the room.
Little late for that.
Pay for it then.
Thanks for
I'm
the
not.
concern about me, though.
Well, you're talking and not asking for help.
Opens the door, shows him his bloodied state.
He is right fucked up, and you guys can see a hem-shaped dent in the wall. and what looks like an epicenter roughly middle of the room.
What the fuck were you doing?
Oh, that might cost a lot.
I have learned how to teleport better.
Really?
It hurt. Would you like to see?
Now, Chani, there's a part of me that says no, he might explode again and then might kill him. But I am curious to see if he can teleport.
Yeah, okay, sure, let's see.
How long is the hallway? Is it longer than the standard
No, don't look down the hallway. You exploded your room. You're teleporting in your room.
I'm not talking about talking to you.
No, I'm looking at your
Yeah.
eyes.
He doesn't have eyes. He's a mere
Yeah,
look
I
that's
have
covered in a
blind
metal
fits,
mask.
motherfucker, so I don't have to move my head.
So how the fuck this
Oh,
person
then
teleporting
wait,
in there?
hold with his
hallway-
blind. Then he shouldn't even be able to see out of the hallway really good.
No. Let's say he's blind, so he has blind sense, and then 120 feet around him in the force. That gives him rough ideas of structures.
Yes.
Okay, so we might
That's how you
teleport outside because there's a passerby.
Into the wall.
Well, it gives you an outline of structures and stuff too. But yeah, you could see that this hallway is probably longer than the standard 30 feet.
Cool. I'm at the end of the hallway with D-Door.
Okay. Just because this teleport's new, I want you to make either an intelligence or wisdom check to get an idea, because that's outside of your range of sight.
I'll take a wisdom.
Inside the wall. Inside
That's
the wall.
that's a 16 plus my wisdom, so 21. Unless I
Okay,
have
you make
proficiency.
it. No, this one's just that. Proficiency is
It's
unique for
21.
that. Certain items like that. Yeah, you can make it.
Happy
Yes.
now.
So why
As
did
I
you
walk
explode
back.
the first time?
It
Why didn't
takes
you explode?
effort to learn, and I tried to fuck with it before I learned it entirely.
In fairness, I can do an explosive teleport. Of course, that's on purpose.
Mine it was not.
I
But
have
I've learned
explosives.
something.
I can make people disappear with explosions.
This is true enough. Just don't break the rooms anymore. We're not exactly in the area where we want to rack up some debts.
Didn't plan on it.
Oh my god.
Anything else, or can I go to bed now?
You
Is the
look like
door
you need it.
mechanism okay?
Door's
It
fine.
works.
I hit the wall over there.
Okay.
Just think if he had gone out the window. If there is a window.
There it is. I rolled a d4.
If I'd have gone out the window, I probably would have used my lesser teleport to get back in.
There may have been glass in your ass.
There may be now.
I'm not
I
checking.
think I've shattered a
Never
couple
mind.
bones, but I can heal them with my own abilities. It's fine.
Nothing's broken. Nothing's broken. I'll let you know that bit.
That doesn't mean he's letting them know that bit.
Okay,
letting you-
go sleep it off and don't explode anymore.
No promises, and will do. And he
Tink,
just
tink, tink,
closes
tink,
the
tink,
door.
tink, back to his room.
There it
Yep.
goes.
Do what?
Just Billy taking away.
No, Eric said something.
There he goes.
I close my door and try again.
You're trying a second time?
Yep.
Alright, I'll let you have one more attempt tonight.
One again.
Nope.
He's gonna
Please.
die. He's gonna
Please.
die alone in his room.
This time it is a natural fucking 20. Fuck.
Due to the situation, you have a +9, right?
Yes. Wait.
Again,
Proficiency, yeah.
you will succeed here, but because of the nature of it, you won't get everything.
I don't want everything. I just want to know what's there.
Again, that's the final bit. You have to be able to beat the DC for. You do know. So to give it a rough level, there's effectively in this world, so we have a way of describing. We get tiers of abilities, right?
Yes.
Of 0 through 9,
Yes.
and this one sits at 9.
Oh.
And that's probably why you're guessing the consequence of diving in without proper preparation was grievous. A lot more grievous than it should have been.
Do
for
I
most
know
things.
the tiers of which my mentor, mother, whatever the hell you want to call it, has the ability to use?
And would you
I'm
say
going
it
to
was
stay on this one.
generally
You're not
previous?
entirely sure because she does keep her abilities to herself sometimes. You know, you've never seen the full extent of what she does. She's never had a reason to go all in.
So it's still a good gift. Got ya.
Very much, yeah. Anybody else want to try and explode themselves before we continue on?
I'm going immediately to bed.
I figured.
I mean, I don't intend on it, but
That sounds like we can proceed.
Ow.
Is that what you're doing for your night's work there, Thaddeus?
Oh,
Yes, yes, it is.
You could do that on a long rest, correct?
Yep.
Going to assume he's into a
Wait,
usage.
no.
Long
Keep in
rest.
mind, you don't have a lot of tools. But then again, it's just because you try to remove it from a tech blade to a chain gun, you might actually need proper equipment for that.
I mean, I would normally be carrying my arms tech tools. along
Listen,
with-
he has a screwdriver.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the concept. If you're trying to take parts that you have built for a blade on hand and change them to a gun,
that's also 40 pounds.
Sure.
I'll let you make an attempt since you have your tools, but it'll be a check instead of just the normal swap that you would have in a normal lab equipment.
And
Right.
is also a two-handed weapon.
Am I making a
You're not
arms
helping,
tech
Robert.
check?
Yeah. This will be a bit more
On the
difficult just
die.
because you're just trying. It's just a total
Is-
shift in
Apparently,
mechanics.
he's decided to stop being a melee character.
31.
Now, do you keep in mind, just to say, the parts you have that are the enhanced parts that don't come from your class aren't going to go over at all.
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking of moving those at all.
I'm
the
just
parts that
making
come
sure
with
you
the
understand.
class.
Those don't change over at all. Those are for tech. Those are for blades.
I didn't take anything that could be.
Only the features you get from your class can be swapped like this for complete weapon types.
Yeah.
What'd you
I have
get?
a
You said a
31.
31? I'll let it happen, but it'll take most of the night.
Alright,
Roll a con save for me.
con save. Con save. 11.
Working hard because you have to work through the night to shift this. You will have a level of exhaustion in the morning.
That's exhaustion doing this.
Skill checks have skill and ability checks have disadvantage while you have the first level of exhaustion. This is literally just because you're trying to swap complete weapon types, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But other than that, about 10:30, 10:40-ish, somebody will knock on your door, Johnny.
Go over. Who is it?
Standing at the door is the same fellow that was at the desk earlier, and he goes, "You have a lady requesting your presence down below."
Sorsha want to come with?
Why not?
Okay. We go.
If you'll follow me, I'll show you the way. Show you to her. And he'll lead you down, and sitting there in much the same outfit is the Zabrak lady from earlier.
Hi.
Hello. I do believe you wanted to maybe take a lap with it to see what's happening. See what our equipment is up to.
Get a feel for the thing, yeah.
But of course. Shall we be off then?
I don't see a reason not to.
Alright. You never know. And she'll lead you the way. On the way. So, have you ever partaken in a race like any of the pod racing before?
Johnny's probably done some amount of something in the past, but not like a professional circuit type stuff, probably.
Fair enough. I'll let you have that.
So she'll probably give a couple examples where she did relatively well in something.
Interesting. So a few times, but never proper, or well, never the higher end races. Just trying to get a feel of the odds for tomorrow.
Probably going to be pretty extreme against me, considering it looks like you guys have a bit of a track champion as it stands.
Oh yes, she comes in quite often in races. Although, she's never done a pod race for us, this is something entirely new. I've only just recently got the thing completed. You might have seen it on the sign earlier. This is the debuting race.
Good time for us to make our trip.
Mhm. Now, to give you the warning ahead of time, if you choose to participate, rental for these is a little pricey because they cover the risk, of course, of crashing.
Okay. I imagine we get it back if it isn't crashed by the end of it.
Of course. If you bring it back, we'll keep equivalents for damages. And then the rest comes back to yours.
Sounds fine to me.
Um,
Let's see what we're working with.
Well, here we are. It's just you guys been walking, talking some with your descriptions and all that. It takes a little bit of time. She leads you up, not to the door where you guys went in earlier, but to one a ways down. Leads you down in, you go through one of the smaller hallways and pulls you out, and you just walk in, and there's just the equivalent of a large garage, just with them lined up on the sides. Mechanics are working on different ones right now.
Okay.
Leads you down to the end. This here is the one we have ready for you to test. If you fill out your form, we can slot this in on your rental for you.
That's fine. I imagine part of it is some sort of an identifying color scheme. Sarsha, you want to weigh in? I can't.
Max's facial expression.
I can't do colors, friend. I need you. Help. Be my artistic.
I don't.
This one's a... If you're asking for the color scheme, it is already painted.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a uniquely painted or if she might have some amount of suggestion.
Well, your costume's black and red,
Take the
so
burgundy
maybe a
one.
nice gold.
This one's red and white. This is a red one with a white stripe running down it.
I mean, that works.
This pod racer is at least.
Matches Johnny's outfit.
I will say, you can see over at the edge. It's one very, very, very well done one.
Well, obviously, they get the nicer one.
That one, it has not one of the engineers working at it right now.
T-shirt.
That has there's a jacket, a familiar jacket from earlier, hanging on the end of it right now.
Nice.
The lady who won the race earlier, it's her jacket hanging up on the edge.
Alright, just so long as you think that the colors that it is will match things well enough. I've never had much of an eye for that.
I think it'll look nice.
Okay, so if it's okay, I guess I'll hop in and see how it does,
Take it for a test ride.
basically.
She'll walk out. Yes. You are quite limited on the area. We can't have you getting a head start on the track layout, can we?
And I'd imagine you'd be quite upset if I were to add any alterations to the mechanics.
Well, unfortunately, so this one is not yours. Therefore, I cannot allow you to modify it.
Yep.
But as you walk over and hit something on a keypad near the door, it'll start to open up. And you see, it's just basically, this is like a large circle area. It looks like the equivalent of a test track for, hey, look, we need to fix this loop. Does it work right now?
All right.
And you have a spot to go. Make a piloting check if you wish.
I make piloting check. It is 15. I am learning.
Yeah.
Well, it works about as well as you would expect a pod that you've never been in before to work.
Yeah.
It's nothing extremely high quality, but it definitely isn't like they've gypped you on anything yet. It feels right now, it feels about right, about a standard racer.
Okay.
Nothing too unique, but nothing too detrimental.
Okie dokie.
You probably got about 10 between 10 and 15 minutes to drive around some and get an idea.
Okay, now how the
Before she
basics of it
flags you down.
works. Before I get flagged down, I'm gonna see if I can manage some more intricate, like, fuck off type of what kind of maneuvers I can actually manage to get from it. Like, how tight can I make the turn? How just
I'll let you make this one. I'll make you a second piloting with dexterity to get some tricks in here.
It's the same modifier, friend.
Fair enough.
I just wanted to get it warmed up. Now it's 24.
Going through, you hit some where you can hit hard bank turns where you just hit it and it turns almost on a dime. At one point, you run up, hit towards the wall where it's curved, it tilts, you just barrel roll the thing over something. Where if it was something right there, you could just barrel roll over and be on the other side.
All right.
At one point, you just race it headlong and then rip back and just tilt up along the wall again and just go along it for a bit and then down.
So it is a
Because
perfectly
anti-gravity engines are
capable
weird.
racer. Understood.
It is like I said, it's very much a more or less bog standard one. However, you are a very capable pilot.
I was just making sure it wasn't like pulling to the left or something.
Yeah, about right.
Go, start off, engine full, ramp, dead.
Slam right into the wall.
Dead.
Coming back in, parking it. You see, a good point to note is you do see leaning back on there, who seems to have been watching. Source, you would have noticed her watching for a while, is the just leaning against hers and just watching the track. But the Zabrak lady walks up to you and says, I seem to have, well, I have a new contender I might be able to bet on. Maybe I can earn a bit more than normal.
Bet for someone else.
Hey.
Hey, no. Bet for someone else. Chani sucks. Trust me. I'm saving us some money.
Make a deception check.
Johnny's busy racing. She can't even hear.
Oh no, she only said that once. She only said that once you came in and got back out.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
27.
Well, I'll take it she might have a lucky night, but I don't know if I'm entirely convinced on that, because
It's
that was
beginner's
quite the
luck.
showing.
It's beginner's luck. She
That
actually
was
is really bad with
definitely-
directions. She doesn't know right from left,
That's
so
what the
she
maps
might
are
go to
for.
make a left turn and accidentally turn right.
Indeed. Well, I should definitely contemplate it some at least then.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it personally.
Johnny Bainwell is just like, shit. Well, shall we get you signed up and filled out?
Yep.
And of course charged.
Yeah.
She'll just pull out a data set and just basically give it a quick read over if you wish, but the basic understandings is no liabilities, agreement for rental, and a surcharge on the rental vehicle in case damages occur.
This is all.
Don't crash.
This is fine.
Yeah, the surcharge equivalent is 4,500 credits for broken points if they occur.
My money.
It's a full-on pod racer, man.
I know, but still, you're almost dropping below 100,000.
What?
I've been saving. I've been
Oh,
saving.
yeah, I
I've been
can tell.
stealing. I've been saving. It's my rainy day fund.
Most services
big
by
rainy
the
day.
Sentinel have not had any cost, including most of the modifications to very high qualities.
They've started. To a point, it was allowed. But, yep, that's about what it is. And just... what shall we put you under? What name do you want to be announced for yourself? Or just... anonymous?
It wouldn't be too hard to point me out. Just go ahead and put it as Johnny.
Alright, we can fill out Johnny it is. Well, I do believe you are quite set.
All right.
The races tomorrow start at about 4 p.m.
All right.
You're probably better off arriving about an hour early to get down and get prepared.
Okie doke.
But nothing else, you can head back out the door you came. I do have business I have to finish here tonight.
Wait, I go.
Alright.
I follow, obviously.
Alright, you guys are heading back out. It wasn't... You get the idea. It wasn't much concern because it's just a straight hallway. There isn't even any really doors or ways to get out. She does watch until you enter, but after that, she just... Well, you don't know what she does. You guys get out. You start walking back. You guys get to the, you get just about to the door of the hotel, the Hangover. Nothing bad happens before you get a, hey! Hold up just a minute. Slow down, I want to talk for just a short bit. And if you turn around there, walking, jacket on, is the, again, Gist lady from earlier.
Hi.
That was, some pretty decent driving you had going there.
No, it wasn't.
You might have gotten her to think, but I do this for a living. I got an idea of how that went.
Okay.
Just kind of curious. I haven't seen very many people come in out of the blue, jump in, and do quite as well as that.
I've had some experience.
Want to swap any stories and all that? I can, we can pay for some drinks. This place, as she looks up, pretty sure this place got a bar in it.
Don't do
I was just gonna head to bed, honestly.
Well, I can't force you to stay and talk, so I guess if you want to head on up, you can. Just thought I might offer some friendly talk and conversation.
Don't want it. We don't want it.
Are you whispering into the thing?
Yes, my friend is literally whispering into my ear. She's utilizing the fact that she's found a microphone and she's talking like this.
Yeah, I know, and because I have to turn her volume down, I can't hear her when she does that.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
I can just turn her volume up. I don't know if she thought about that bit.
She's just using the Force to whisper into Chani's mind. That's all.
Yes.
Thanks for the offer.
You know, you don't have to whisper like that. I can't make them act on anything they don't know.
It's for theatrics.
Thanks for the offer, but we should be okay.
Yeah, this is kind of dickish. I'm supposed to be able to know what's going on so I can tell accurate stuff.
It's for theatrics.
Well, they can obviously see that Chani's friend is whispering something, and then she's...
I know, and it's just the presented of, well, okay. It just would like to know as the DM what's happening so I know what I'm doing.
I understand. Thanks for the offer, but I'm not really much one for drinking myself. I take it I'll see you on the track tomorrow.
Very much so. Look forward to seeing how they got going on this. Tomorrow might be a bit more fun if you do show up.
Have a nice night.
Have a good one. And there's gonna be that awkward moment of both of you guys go in the same direction before she splits off towards the bar. Heading back up and going to bed?
Yes.
Alright, morning comes quickly enough. But Sorsha,
Yeah.
you don't sleep so great tonight.
Did I have another nightmare?
Not a nightmare. Just restless sleeping and odd, like, random impressions of high velocity.
I don't know what that means.
High speed movement.
Oh. Am I being kidnapped?
No, it's just like random impressions and flashes. It just doesn't let you sleep well. No penalties from it, just rough sleep.
I don't like that.
Anyways, morning comes.
Everybody gets up. Do they have free breakfast?
I don't know, that's why I ask. I say morning comes, I don't give everybody a moment to see if they say they do anything.
Sorsha wants waffles.
There's an
There's
eating
getting
area
whiskey
down there.
and
You can
coffee.
Do they have a waffle maker?
You can get waffles. And yes, there's whiskey, the bar is still open.
Alright, Tinder's getting whiskey in his coffee.
Are the waffle... Where are we?
You're at a hotel.
Are we still in...
Yeah, there's an eating area if you want to eat at the hotel, yeah.
Are we still in Coruscant?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is the waffle maker shaped like Coruscant?
What?
it's
You
a
mean
waffle
round?
maker, no.
Yeah, does it make waffles shaped like Coruscant?
No, it's mass waffles like most restaurants.
Well, I was just curious because Texas has Texas-shaped waffles.
Well, Texas isn't a circle.
Coruscant is a planet. It's still round.
Touche.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a good point. How are you supposed to... Are you wanting like a carving of like, hey, look, this is a map of Coruscant on your pancake?
Yes.
I mean, your waffle.
Let's fucking sculpt out this fucking city planet in a goddamn pancake. Sorry, waffle.
Right there. There's the Parliament. There's the Senate. There's the Sentinels.
There's all the
You know,
black
shaped like a
markets.
spear.
Well,
Just a
you
waffle
gotta get
ball.
you have to have different waffle makers for each layer.
Oh Jesus!
In the
It's just like you are here at the bottom left.
Oh god.
in the morning before heading down, she is going to try to get Packet's attention real quick. For Spider.
You can message Packet, yeah.
Well, it's primary data course, obviously.
I don't think you grabbed Packet before you left, though.
You're supposed to come with us.
I don't know. I can't read your mind.
Goddamn truant little robot. Where are you?
Every time you show up, you just tell him go do whatever normally. So I just have him at the Sentinel base unless you grab him.
Just over there interacting with the little spider thing that's supposed to be slotted into her armor. Packet, wake up. Tap tap. Tap tap tap. Goddamn.
Tap tap tap. Where's the spider?
It's inside of Billy's head.
This is true.
Now, if you want to message Packet to start working their way here, I mean, I can't do whatever with them. I don't know what you want to do with them. You give a lot of different things about it.
If any character should be able to be multiple places at once.
Yeah, but I mean, he has a main body. That's the spider. So if you tell him to go do stuff, or don't tell him to come with you,
He's also sentient and has a fucking life, Mom.
He's at the university
But
right now. Okay?
you could definitely communicate with him still.
But nah, they're truant today. It's fine. I'll have to go collect them later.
Okay, Mom.
It's not a phase, Mom.
I want
It's
to be an
coming.
engineer.
This is no cheating for me.
You still have Mortimer.
They're not that smart.
You have. You're a 20 intelligence character. Remind you, you have Mortimer, and you have a main drive of packets still connected to you.
I know, that's what I was gonna be drawing the package from.
I meant you could just shove a packet temporarily into Mortimer.
But what if you shove a Mortimer program into a packed body?
We
A
should.
very
really
confused
dumb
Mortimer.
Yeah, it's a really dumb packet.
Can I access the data core of packet in my suit?
Yeah, like I said, that's still there. I just meant the body wasn't.
Alright,
there.
that's the only part that matters. Send a message. Wait for a response. That's just like a
Just get
probing
the
message.
question.
Do they respond?
You just flashes up question mark on your visor.
Alright.
Ever since discovering illusions, it has just been using emoji or graphics to communicate.
Alright, you've been locked out of the suit proper since acquisition. I think now that you have grown a bit, you can be trusted with a bit more responsibilities. Take over the Halsey AI on this suit.
You get like the words take over, and then it shows a packet just dining on it, or just them rooming together, popping
the
up
eating
on
one.
your hood. The eating one?
Yeah,
Okay.
Consume
Just
its knowledge.
gives you the thumbs up. You're probably gonna have about 5 to 10 minutes where your stuff isn't all functioning right, just while that takes place.
Yep.
As he's pulling things out, replacing it with his, or its, and all that. But it can do it well enough. Halsey's not anywhere close enough to be able to stop packet with free access.
Alright. So now that that's taken care of, we can go ahead and utilize you as the reactionary one. Going into a difficult race, I want to have an extra pair of eyes. Familiarize yourself with the suit cameras?
You just watch the views like rapidly flicking across the visor. I assume you have like a small corner one instead of the whole visor for that, though.
Basically.
And it's just flipping through its things of like that, just back and forth between this side, this one, like the ones that are pointing forward. But well enough, it gets a grasp.
Okay, we're going in for a race. Stay on alert. And if there's something that I may not see, then get ready to alert me.
Little like holographic spider will pop up in the corner, sit down, and just reaches behind, pulls out a helmet, and sets it on the front head of it.
Alright. There we go.
Slightly cartoony one.
Cheating reacquired. Okay,
Now
I'm
have an
gonna take
AI
it.
suit.
Yeah.
I wanted an AI lightsaber.
No.
I'll buy it, bitch. You're not the only one that can get that shit.
Neat. It has the option of turn on and turn off. Extend.
Actually, no, it can give me advantage on things.
Turn lightsaber on. Turn lightsaber off.
I need to check some, but I think your suit's available to be targeted by droid interface.
Yes. No. Maybe?
It's Mart of Armor Smithing. I think it might be. Something to check for later, though.
It can have that, but the actual thing for it is dull and boring. I want to see what this does instead.
Can someone just on off Chani's suit and then she's just
Yes.
stuck in place?
Maybe if it had an on button.
I was going to say, if it had an obvious accessible one, yes, but it has to be accessible from the outside.
I meant the one that just says to the droids.
It's not a droid.
Yeah, that's true. It's not an actual droid. It might mess with packets some. But they'd have to get, like, they have to know the main core of packets there.
So can Packet forcibly make Chani dance
Yes.
with control of the suit?
You'll find out, won't you? Anyways, coming about, morning's here. You found your new method of cheating?
Okay, for over breakfast. If anybody wants to go and participate in the fight pit, probably do so now. Come 4 in the afternoon. I've gotta head over to the raceway. And I would like it if you all could attend, but if you're busy, I understand.
I'll be
Well,
there.
That sounds like my time to shine. I don't know how long the fights will last. Should probably be there to support you.
Jesus Christ.
If it's going to be 4 in the afternoon, and there won't be anything else required of me for the moment, I have some business I need to take care of a personal nature.
Okay.
Anyone else want to join me for the fights?
I'll
Or come
watch.
bet?
I'll
Okay.
come bet.
Yeah,
I'll join.
it's a safe bet to make.
Need some
Alright.
coin.
I'm gonna set aside 4,500 credits for one of you to invest in betting towards me.
Do you plan on having multiple bouts or just the one?
Don't know.
Alright.
See how things such as recovery times factor.
I'll hold on to it unless somebody else wants to.
Nah, I'm good.
Alright. We'll transfer 4,500 over to Chani. Keep my
Alright.
bringing myself to a flat 10,000. I don't know how much that battery's going to cost. And I don't remember how much everything totals they're going to be, so 10,000 is a safe number.
Well, you've already paid the 4,500, right? You marked that off,
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah, I
Because
paid the 40.
that was paid there. It's just the other part you don't know. You know about 2,000
Yeah.
for the flamethrower. You don't know for the ion grenades.
Yeah, I don't know, and the battery. Oh wait, no, I got
he
the
told you.
electric battery.
He told you he probably couldn't get the electric
Still
one.
safe.
He told you he couldn't get the ion battery probably.
Still safe to keep 10,000.
Yep.
So I'll transfer 4,500 over to Chani.
Okay.
And hopefully get the winnings.
Back in time for the race, so I shouldn't need you to put money down on Chani for the race. I should be able to do that
Can I put-
myself.
Gonna put anything on me for fights?
Probably not.
She's going to go up to Billy, and she's gonna be like, I have an idea. You're a big
Alright.
guy, right?
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people bet for you?
Well, if I'm showing up unannounced and no one's ever seen me before, it's probably just a quick bet of, hey, there's a random droid.
And I already know her plan.
Also,
And no,
sign up
I'm not
in the
taking a
beetle
dive.
party, and then they'll underestimate you.
And no, I'm not taking a dive because we don't know who I'll fight against. It's probably randomized. And also, if we're doing a tag team type deal, because Tinu said he wanted to come fight with.
Just an idea.
I'm not taking a dive in this case, not yet.
She's gonna bet against Billy.
Max, the more you whisper, I can't give you guys any yeses or nos if you keep whispering.
I'm gonna bet against Billy.
Okay. You do that. I'm like, that's just don't want to be. I just kind of need to know what's happening. So I
Like
know what I'm
Power
doing.
of which you have discovered is not allowed.
I have your volume so low, so I don't have double echoes constantly.
I cracked the code. I know how to talk in
Yeah, fuck it.
Alright, Tinu. Let's go fuck him up.
Sounds good to me.
I can feel the death stare from here.
I'm not giving a death stare.
No, he's just actually mad.
No.
How
I
much
mean, I'm
money is
really just
Sorsha betting against me, though? That's the question.
What?
How much money is Sorsha betting against us, though?
Just an adequate amount, not like super much.
don't
I bet it
know.
against you guys last time.
It didn't work.
Well, no, but just in case. I like to have
Why would you
give a
have bet
quick
against him?
breakdown for ranking on people. Level 10 and 11 is like a planetary known entity normally of strength.
Yeah. I just like to have my eggs in both baskets.
I'm just letting you know.
She's hedging her bets. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just informing.
I want to make money.
Something normally frowned upon.
Somebody's gonna come out with ion fists.
Yeah, you never know what'll happen. Alright, so you guys heading back to sign up?
Yep.
Alright, heading back in. There's the Rhodian chap there. It's not much of a line right now, I assume, unless you guys woke up really late.
No, probably not.
You guys do know you have a time frame somewhat today. But let's say, what, 8 or 9 is when you guys get to the guy?
Yep. That'll work.
Alright. Woken up, probably only like a maybe couple minute, 5-minute wait, just because only a couple people there. Yeah, early mornings don't happen in the strip equivalents. People are up too late drinking usually. Okay, he's just sitting there, dirty suit. Yes, can I help you? Realizing this is a different Rhodian.
Me and my friend wish to participate here.
Okay. So you're looking for the doubles?
Yes, that'd be correct.
Do you wish to sign up for random fights or the tournament style breaking in today?
Oh, now that's interesting. So for the tournament style, is there enough time to rest in between matches?
That's part of the challenge. It's supposed to be short bits going between, but so you can last the whole round. That's the impressive factor that you made it so far for the crowds.
And how many brackets are there in that?
With the current amount we have, it would be 3 to 4 fights.
Alright. Think you can hang in there, little buddy?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, and what are the rules in this?
A quick breakdown of it, just very little in there. You have to use the equipment provided there to try and keep things on a entertaining level. It's no fun if somebody just walks in with heavily customized gear and wipes the floor. Very bad for entertainment.
Rep rotary cannon.
Does he always jack off his things?
Yes.
You're in your room.
Huh.
I am not.
Oh, you came with.
I said later I'm going to have to leave.
That sounds inappropriate.
It
It's
is
fun to-
inappropriate.
Have you ever pressed the button on one of these? It's fun to press.
Probably not as fun as one of these.
I like to think of it like a tail wagging, like it just kind of happens when he's excited.
I'll just pull out the rapier, the light foil I have, and press the button.
You have a light foil?
I looted a body and got a light foil.
That is correct.
I'll just pull that out, ignite it, and then unignite it. Nah, I think the rotary cannon's better. Then again, yours is custom. Might feel different.
Okay, whatever's
You know
happening
what?
there. Important thing. Tanu, Billy, you two feel confident about this?
Very.
Tanu?
Guess we'll run it.
So do you want me to put your bet as overall champions?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's get you guys finished signed up and then we can start doing that.
So he
Get
can't
my
med
baby
pack
in
it.
the
So he can't med pack between things, correct?
No, it's intended to keep it down. You don't. I don't know if either of you have the force or tech capabilities. Do not get them involved here, please.
Oh shit, Tuna's gonna actually use this skirmisher shit. I'm gonna get to see a neck get snapped.
Force, tech powers, we got neither.
I use my fist and blaster.
It's why
Same.
It's why I didn't choose to fight.
All right.
We get to keep her armor though, right?
I can't really lose my armor.
We don't care too much about armor. Does it have a bunch of extra effects in it?
No, not when I lost.
It's tough.
Yeah, I don't care enough to bother. All right. Well, there leaves the matter of an entry fee and a team name for you.
Oh, team. Got any ideas?
Biggie Smalls.
There we go.
I like it. What he said.
What did you put? Biggie Smalls?
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
Oh, give me
Okay, I
the
can
power
put
of a
that
pie to
down.
the face.
I can put that down. The fighting, there's a 300 credits entry fee for each person, so 600 for the team.
I'll slap it on the table.
All right.
Same.
And you'll need to show up. What time is it?
300
Is
for
it
each.
till after 8? You need to show up in about 3 hours, around 11. Come here, and we'll have someone escort you to the preparation rooms, the locker rooms.
We'll be around.
Do find a place to store your weapons, though, unless you wish us to hold them on facility.
Okay, so which one of you guys wants to hold my stuff?
Pass.
How much stuff do you want it to hold?
I'll say holds out rotary cannon.
Do you perhaps have like a safe or something for the contestants to put their valuables in before they go out in combat?
Like I said, you store them unless you want to trust our facilities. So I was just offering the option to let you know. We have them, but a lot of people don't trust our facilities. I don't know why. We haven't lost items. It's just people don't like our facilities.
Billy, it's too heavy for me.
I can't carry it, dude.
I can carry it, just not in a way you'd probably like.
I mean, I don't care if you're carrying it around with the force, as long as it's not, damaged or harmed.
That's my point.
I don't care if you carry it with the force, though.
The thing is, when I carry it, it has to get thrown at something afterward.
You can't just levitate something of this weight?
Not for extended periods of time, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you guys, go to the arena, it can just get its own seat.
Its own chair. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get it some popcorn too, just in case.
My stuff's fairly easy to carry.
The rest of my stuff's pretty easy to carry as well.
In between a lot of us, we figure out a suitable carrying assortment.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just 2 handguns, a specially modified heavy shotgun, a light foil, a grenade launcher with several grenades, and a rotary cannon.
Wow.
I have a,
It's
And
like nothing at all.
I have
and
a
the cowboy
folding
hat.
maul. I have the folding maul, the blaster, folding sniper rifle.
Just keep your own lists on your own pages, and if something happens to someone, then Matt can decide what happens to what.
Oh yes.
And I can't take my explosives as well.
Can't take anything but your armor.
Weaponry was told no.
Selective hand.
Yeah, I should that rule just in case. It just occurred to me you guys look a little more capable. Try not to kill. There's no big penalty. We understand it's a pit fight, but try not to kill them.
I make no promises.
Yeah, I'd
But
not
I
ask for promise, just attempt.
Broken bones.
Honestly, I don't give a damn about most people coming through.
Situation will dictate. Can we go look at the armory while we're waiting?
The armory is on the field, I think, isn't it? We haven't been in a while.
Let's go take a look around.
You can't go into the field. We don't have it open.
Oh,
That's what I said. It's in the field. You come back in a couple hours and we take you to like the prep room, the locker room. Some people bring costumes.
I think my current attire will work.
It's eye-catching for sure. He's gonna look
Now-
over. Although I don't know how you walk.
Don't worry about it. Keep in mind, if someone shoots this hat, I'm probably killing them.
I don't care.
Okay.
Just don't get mad when their buddies try to jump you later. They do that a lot.
I feel that is a
Thank you.
regrettable decision on their part.
Yeah, you know I can't help but agree.
We can always disable them later.
They can have those regrets later.
Jumping someone who is in full gear when you lost in a fight against someone who wasn't in full gear. It's kind of stupid. Probably
I can jump
deserves
them
a
breaking a
couple-
leg.
Okay, assuming that they are now all set up for their bout,
Can we get Johnny's
can-
face paint?
What?
Can we get Johnny's face paint?
I don't have any face paint.
Do you
Yeah.
want face paint?
No?
I thought we were going with the aesthetic.
Is that what's happening?
Yes.
No? Oh no.
Three of you.
I take that as my cue to leave.
I mean, you're not participating, so
Yeah, get out of here.
Okay,
Plan
that's
on it.
set to happen. Great. Fucking awesome.
have fun with that light. I'll give him the light rapier. Do whatever you want with that. You know more stuff for it than I.
Oh, joy.
Well, here, I would like to place a bet on them. To take the
Oh
day.
yes, we can do that part quite well. Bet on them to win the whole day.
Yes.
Alright, they're relatively unknown. We shall see how the bets go. How much are you placing?
10k.
Gee, that's bad, not him.
Are you betting
Alright,
as a whole
10,000
or
credits.
individual?
That as a whole.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
it
that's
doesn't matter
5K.
on individuals. This is a doubles tournament. It just depends on the team. So even if one of them goes down, but one of them makes it to the end, technically the team wins. So individual betting doesn't really happen here. At least at the stand.
Right.
At least at the stand. Yeah, you can probably find betting ranks of this wherever you go. They might give more specifics. It's Chani.
how much
Biggie
does
Smalls
Norship-
winning?
But how much is Sorsha betting against us?
Not that much.
Thought you wanted to make some money.
She's not that confident.
Oh, I
She
wanna
really
mix it.
believes in Billy.
You got one of the best shots on your team.
Sorsha will bet 2,000 against them.
Yeah, but on who? I doubt that they're just gonna let you go for lose.
On the champion.
On the current champion? Okay. 2,000 credits on Gung Ho.
Said
Gung
gung
Ho?
ho.
Gumpo?
Do we
Gung
recognize
Ho.
that name?
Gung
Gung Ho.
Only Tinu's had extensive operations here. He can make a roll if he wants. For lore.
All right. Poor bitch. Was that under? Was it history?
It's an intelligence ability.
Okay.
If you, it's not one that's on the sheet itself. It's what you would have had to add down in other one.
One could call it a history check.
Yeah, it basically is.
Lore is history.
19.
And Arcana. technically.
You've heard of them. I'll say you've heard of them. You know they've done rather well for themselves in most of each tournaments here, of like singles and teams. But I don't think you would have really known much about them. It's just not something that really would have popped up or gotten you a lot of money for you to find.
I don't know how many times he's at least won.
Team Gung Ho, they've held at least the past 6 tournaments.
That's
And-
even more than the racer.
Pretty good track record.
Yeah, pretty good record. They've held the last 6 in doubles and 3. They haven't participated in the teams of 5 just because they don't seem to have enough members.
Not bad. Hopefully we'll be the first loss.
Think of the
Yeah,
group
we
of
shall
5
see.
monks that just surround someone in fury of blows. just
No, no, no.
targets one person at a time and just utterly assaults them into the ground, and just one person at a time down the line.
For some reason, Chani's getting attacked in the middle of the stadium.
No!
They're monks. They're monks. You can't outrun them. There's no tech powers or force allowed. They just catch up to you and punch the shit out of you.
Absorb and then fly away.
Sentinel.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways.
They just punch a jetpack and it turns off.
Shit.
No.
Anyways, so 2,000 on Team Gunko. Okay. Any other bets you guys are placing?
Yes. I want to place 5,000 on these two.
5,000 on them as well.
Wow, everybody's
So
exactly
that
500
is-
apart from each other.
Nima on Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
Eric, you didn't place a even 50-50 bet using my money.
I did not. However, I plan to distribute it 50-50, so it's fine.
This works. More things.
Alright. Anything else? Or are you guys good for the day? Good for the betting time.
We should be fine. I think.
Alright. I would wish you good luck, but I don't care.
I respect that.
Try not to die, I'll offer that. Now you might want to get moving before the rush comes. And I need to take a drink. And he just pulls out a bottle and pours himself some, and then looks at it, and then just takes a huge swig of the bottle and puts it back under, leaving the glass on the top.
A man of culture.
What are you doing standing here?
We walk away.
Sorry, just had to get a little one.
How long will
Oh.
it take? Because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, you said, right?
Just a little bit after 8.
How long will it take to get from wherever the fuck we are here to the Sith Pureblood's house? Because I forgot his name.
Oh, Sims? Oh, shit.
A while.
Yeah. You're probably a better part of 5 hours of travel there, total round trip. a lot of ways to get a lot of places, but you guys went really fucking far because it's almost as if they don't want to be near, like, you know, guard and sentinel headquarters. If you left now, with it being just a little bit after 8, probably be like a little bit after 1 to a little bit after 2 when you got back.
Okay. Not to mention anything that may happen between then and now.
Exactly.
Got back as in got back down here, or got back up there?
Got back down here. 5 hours round trip.
So 2.5. Gotcha.
Yeah. I just gave him the round trip because I assumed he was coming back here.
I didn't know what he was doing there.
I just want to be back by 4 to bet on China.
Yeah, you'd be back, like I said, between like a little bit after 1 to a little bit after 2, probably.
Okay. I'm gonna go to his place then. You
Okay.
just said his name and I still fucking forgot it.
It's okay. It's
Sim.
SIHM. If you want to write it down.
S-I-H-M.
Okay. I'm gonna go to him.
Okay.
Because I can make assumptions.
Interesting. Timeline wise, you'll actually get there before the fights start. So does anybody else have anything immediately, or are you guys just waiting for the fights?
Just waiting for the fights.
Finding good seats.
So,
It is midnight.
yep, I was gonna say, as you guys are getting ready and set up for the fights, and as you are taking off and traveling, we'll call the session.
Okay.
All right, Eric, find some Biggie Small music to add to the playlist to get super copyrighted.
I like not having everything shut down on me by robot overlords. Thank you.
Man, I even had a fucking chart set up. I was expecting to get to this.
There's the sense of adventure, Eric.
Dead.
Damn.
Just how it be. I'm sorry.
This world killed it. It's okay.
Same.
Okay. Anything for closing?
2 things. The usual, like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far into the video, please, for YouTube.
Comment Biggie Smalls if you made it this far.
Yes.
Or Gunko if you think they'll win.
Haven't done this in a while. Also, if for some reason Gene Simmons catches word of this, hey.
Interesting. All right.
You know what? I'd break the rules. There's a bard set up in this. It could come in
Come to
as
North
the
Carolina.
grandstand guy.
Come to North Carolina and paint our DM's face.
No one can see.
Oh, goddamn.
That's exactly why.
Amazing.
You know, that's one of the few things I think I'd have to shave for, no?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Alrighty then. Well, if there's nothing else, until next time, be seeing you.
Bye.